Hello, hello. Sorry for the late start. I was doing our last minute test and stuff, especially because I feel like whenever I do Fate streams, there's always like, oh yeah, by the way, so you're going to have like a glitch. It's like, that's great. So, got that out of the way. There was a glitch. And I don't know if you can tell, I got a new camera. It's interesting. I'm still working through the new camera settings, but it should be ideally a lot more crisper, which is good. But I think there's like a weird color gradients that I'm noticing like whenever I like get too close or like it's juxtaposed between like a color and then a lighter color where like it kind of like flashes green and I'm like I hope that can be fixed. It was an expensive camera. Like from what the camera I had beforehand to what I have now is not an expensive camera. So, I guess it is what you get. But nonetheless, it's still like, man, I would like for it to be fine and ready to go. Anywho, just going to send out the notification that we are live. But yeah, so I was doing some tests to make sure OBS was fine, knock on wood. And then, of course, that the actual game itself was fine, knock on wood. And, well, things were not fine as per usual with our luck here. But now everything, again, seems to be okay. Okay. The notifications are out. We're all good. Stream looks good. Frames are fine. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys can notice it on your side, but like there's definitely like if you go almost like too fast, the actual capture of it like flickers green. And I don't know why that is. Let me see if I can see it on the stream. It's kind of there on your guys' side. Yeah, I don't know. Like you might be able to see it if you like really focused it. Anywho, it doesn't really matter for right now at least. Because I don't see it on this side as much, which is where we're gonna be like doing our thing anyway. But nonetheless, I noticed that I was like, damn, wanted to get that fixed before stream, seeing how I just got this camera. But either way, we got everything set up, so we're just gonna go right into it. As you may know, we are doing the Fate Stay Night route for a while now. For a while. And we should, again, keywords, should be done tonight. As long as we keep a good pace, I think we can get it done tonight. And then once we're done, I want to try and pull out that poll like I mentioned a few times, where now that we're done this, we're going to like have one main game series that we'll stick to and try and complete until the very end. And then the other days that we do gaming, this is going to be, whatever we feel like. But to do that first, we gotta get this done. I think we can get it done. I want to believe that we can get the Fate route done tonight. All settled, all squared away. But to do that, we're gonna go right into it. So if you're here in chat, hello. If you're VOD gang, what's up? I know a lot of people have been enjoying the VOD. I'm glad. And it's been a great journey, honestly, to kind of like finally get like the greater picture of the main Fate Stay Night storyline, where now I have a better concept of Artoria, Shiro with their dynamic, even Rin to a certain extent. It's been interesting. It's been very interesting. Shinji gets more love in this one. Like overall, it helps the greater picture of Fate Stay Night for sure. I still want to argue this is the best route. I know people are going to disagree with me on that. They're going to say Heaven's Feel or Unlimited Blade Works. Nah. I think I'm fully now committed to saying this is the best route. We haven't gotten to the exact ending just yet. I doubt, though, it's going to fumble. I could be wrong, but I doubt it's going to fumble. But in other Fate news, we did watch Fate Strange, the episode 0 kind of opening piece for it, last anime night. Go check that out. VOD's right there. I had to edit some stuff out because, of course, the soundtracks and stuff were like on YouTube. No. And you know what the first one was? Shocker to no one. It was the Fate music. It's like, oh, of course. That's what happened last time on one of the stream nights that we did for Fate Stay Night, where it was like, oh, you play apocryphy music? Got you. It's like, damn. Yo, YouTube don't play around with Fate music. They do not play around. But anyway, that's taken care of. It should be visible now. So you guys can go watch that. Strange Fake is weird, man. Or at least it's going to be weird. I know it's coming out in January, so we'll see how that goes. We're gonna watch that. That's a peculiar timeline, I guess, and I do mean that literally timeline. And my guess going into that, I think I'm correct on some things. So that was fun. But outside of this, we will probably do the other routes eventually. Heaven's Field, Unlimited Blade Work, we'll do that. I want to play the Hollow Extra route after getting talked to you guys about it. It seems very interesting. But the first Fate game that we will play after this, it's actually game-wise, not just, visual novel, is going to be the Fate Remnant. I want to play that. The Samurai Remnant looks great. We'll definitely play that first and foremost after, this Fate, and then when we get time, obviously, to do it. But, yeah, this has been good. This has been really, really great. More Fate content, whether we're going to be playing it or anime, is coming. It's coming, for sure. And we will probably also watch that Under Oath Snow movie. Interesting. Maybe season 2 of 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬. We'll see. Anywho, it's time. No more backing out now. We got to continue this, and we got to move. So if you're here in chat, hello. Hold on, is this the right one? Okay, yeah, I think it is. Yes. But yeah, hello in chat. Hello, VOD gang. What up? We are going to hopefully try and finish this Fate route tonight. Let's go. Let go. All right, today slowly ticks over into tomorrow. If there's any issue, by the way, with the audio, or I hope not with the camera, please let me know, and I can try and change it as we're doing this. Again, new setup, at least for the camera-wise. Had to change some stuff in OBS too, so hopefully it's good. We treat Tosaka's wounds and take her to her room to rest, while I make dinner and eat with Saber in silence. Tosaka was a real one for surviving that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, damn. How the fuck are you not dead in this route is beyond me, but not bad. But I think she did take some damage pretty well in Heaven's Field as well. All right. Just a little longer. Most of my wounds are now healed. We only have about an hour or two left. In the meantime, I'll instantly got a decision to make. Lovely. Instant decision time. Okay, so in the meantime, I'll spend time with Saber. Report to Kiritsugu. Have a strategy meeting. Oh, man. All these feel like you could do these right now as Shiro. What was the dialogue? Today slowly ticks over in time. Tomorrow we treat Tosaka's wounds and take her to her room to rest while I make dinner and eat with Saber in silence. Just a little longer. Most of my wounds are healed. We only have about an hour or two left. In the meantime, I feel like there's no point in having a strategy meeting. We're going up against Gilgamesh. We're going against Kiryu. I don't know. It just feels like to me like I wouldn't probably have a meeting like that. Like, yeah, you can try. It's just like it's going to be kind of hard to think of a strategy. I kind of feel like with how things have been progressing and seeing how if we go back to the flowchart, the actions that I did with Saber to like connect with her on a human level was the right course. I feel like we should then end it off that way, where it's like I should spend time with Saber. I feel like I should also talk to Kiritsugu, but I can only do one or the other. So let's do Saber. Let's do Saber. And what folly goes from that. How should I spend time? How should I spend the remaining of my hours? I thought a lot about it, but wound up here in the end. And that feels right too, because we did do a lot here in this route. Mm-hmm.
そうだな。セイバーは騎士のくせに正座好きだし、竹刀を持つ姿も様になってたし、一度ぐらい防具をつけて試合をしてもよかったかも。
防具をつけてですか？それなら言ってくれればよかったのに。私は甲冑を着込みますから、シローが鎧を着るだけで模擬戦はできました。
That's nice.
そうですね。本当にそうすればよかった。
Hydrate.
もっと早く言ってくれたら、シローと本気で打ち合えたのに。
Maybe. Saber's so cute when she pouts like this. You think she's cute when no matter what you do. Like, that's like true husband-wife behavior right there. My wife is so damn cute, no matter what she does. Cute as she is, her actual words are pretty terrifying. Also, wife behavior right there. Yeah, if you fought without holding back, he'd be splatted on the ground.
いいえ、そのようなことは決して。シローは自分を過小評価しています。この数日であなたは本当に成長した。今のシローなら私から一本取ることも夢ではありません。
True. And also, you know, he's managed to summon Excalibur, or no, a model of Excalibur, right? Or was it Calibrim? I think either one. Even if she's only flattering me, I'm still delighted. How could I not respect Saber when it comes to swordsmanship? Being able to land a hit on my mentor is like proof of my growing skill. On her, maybe. Will it matter in the end? Probably not. But still, though, Shiro, going against a servant is still impressive. You are strong. Be proud. I butchered that, but still. I can tell she's being honest, and she smiles at me. When I see her face like that, my determination starts to waver. Damn it, man. Come on. I thought you were going to say my determination starts to rev up. I didn't pick this route, or I'm sorry, I didn't pick this option for you to be like, I don't know, man. Afterwards, we won't be able to come back. If only we could just run away instead of facing a battle, we have such a slim chance of actually winning. Just checking to make sure my audio looks, or not my audio, my visuals look good, and I think it does. Again, new camera. Now I'm like, I hope the settings are fine. If not, you know, consider this the first test run. We'll pivot from there. I push my hesitation aside. I can't run away. This isn't how I wanted to spend my final moments with Saber. I bury my feelings and try to put on a strong face as I can. She must have understood what I had in mind. Trading blows with a sword rather than words suits her better. For a short while, we forget about everything and just feel our bamboo swords whack each other. If you said that out of context of everything, oh my goodness. Trying to ruin a wholesome mood right here, but man, dude. Did I choose right? The moon hangs high in the sky. The clouds have finally cleared, and the black of night is giving way into indigo. Let me see. Did I choose right? Doesn't look like I gained or lost anything, so that's good. Clouds have finally cleared, and the black of night is giving way into indigo. It will be dawn soon. The long night is about to end. The Fate Stay night. It will be the last one. Jesus. That fucking hellscape right there. Every single time, man. Ryodu Temple just turns into a fucking no place. Just no. During the night, Saber and I traveled to our final destination. I hear the tension in Saber's voice. She's not the only one. As I quietly nod, I feel a cold sweat trickling down my neck. The mountain feels like a living thing. Chills run down my spine. Stifling pressure alasses me with every step I take. The air is thick and damp. Right, there's a whole system here about like it keeps things in and out. The summoning of the Holy Grail has begun. Maybe it's even more over by now. Either way, Gilgamesh has probably defeated Lancer. Probably. And again, Ilya got taken. If one of us defeats their opponents, that'll be the end of it. I mean, Gilgamesh could probably be like, "Oh, fools! I can live longer." Yeah. Right. Fight. On my honor. There you go. There's no longer any hesitation or worry in her voice. I don't need to say anything else to her. We will head to battle and determine the final master in this war. But if, in the process, if one of us dies, the survivor just has to kill the other opponent. If she dies, man, you're going to have to do some crazy unlimited blade works again. Some crazy unlimited blade works. Even if I'm defeated, as long as Saber defeats Gilgamesh, Kotomine won't get his hands on the Holy Grail. At the same time, if Saber is defeated, but I defeat Kotomine, Gilgamesh cannot stay manifested. We'll see. It feels kind of a little weird on how they say that, but you know. So we don't have to corner cover over for each other. This battle is now each of us alone, of ours alone. Jesus. All right, here we go. Like a almost crimson snow. And so we climb the stony steps. The closer we get to the temple, the denser the air gets. The red phosphorescence dances in the wind, and the whole place is too brightly lit for nighttime. The air is heavy with death. It reminds me of the fire 10 years ago, but it's different. Bounded up in red light, I spy something that looks like it's going to ooze out over the temple itself. It's out past the building. A glistening blackness, like mush, spreads over the vivid red. The mud spreads like oil over the clear ground. Again, I'm here too, but hey, you know. Just gotta be a dick like that. Gilgamesh stands there, haloed by the vivid red glow. He pays no mind to the blood-red glow or the death surrounded of the blackness. The servant, armored in gold, waits in the middle of the temple grounds for Saber and Saber alone. So, I guess we just let Ilya die? I guess? I don't know. This is a pretty neat setting, though. Every time we kind of get to this point. This is it's the third element that keeps us servants in this. It's what spilled onto me 10 years ago. Interesting. Gilgamesh has eyes only for Saber. Don't we all? Saber, well, I guess not for everyone. Saber is similarly focused on him. She steps forward and points her sword at the knight in front of her. Trust me, I don't want to be around you either, bud. Kotomine's waiting. I glance at Saber. She gives a silent nod, her eyes still on Gilgamesh. As I leave, I feel her wishing me luck. I turn around. My opponent is elsewhere, behind me. As I run, I hear the sounds of Saber's deadly battle beginning. Deep in the grounds behind Ryodo Temple, main building is a large lake. It's been untouched for a long time, making it seem sacred, like it's inhabited by a dragon god. This is the fucking lake area that everyone got dragged into in the Heavensfield route. The lake's clear, blue water is pure and clean, and will not, and with not a trace of cloudiness. At least that's what that was true until yesterday. The lake is far from pure now. Red phosphorescence spreads out before me. It's a sea of dark, murky tar. And actually, I should be careful because of Ilya. YouTube probably is going to be like, pray we can't show it too long. So we're going to go boom, and there we go. Interesting. All right. This is very, very demonic. A hollow chasm yawns in midair, the body of a young girl floating near. In offering. Wannabe priest over here. I've been trying to remain calm this entire time, but the sight drives me over the edge. I stop and glare at my enemy. The ends of his lips curl with a smile. He spreads his arms, grinning. Our final battle will be fought here. Yo, the sound effects in the background are a little much. This will be the summoning altar in the Holy Grail War. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to definitely fight him, man. I glare at Kotomine. We're about 10 meters apart from each other. As soon as I take another step, the battle shall begin. Once the battle starts, my only option is to rush him and stab him in the chest. But before that, I need to do something about Ilya. There's no reason with him, Shiro. Hold on. Yeah, I might... That's better. That's a little bit better. Yeah, the sound effects need to maybe just be turned down. That's a smidgen. There we go. Alright. Oh, I heard... the Holy Grail has appeared, but it's hollow. It's still unstable. Is that right? Is that right? As long as her life lasts, huh? Then Ilya is still alive. That's a good thing to know. Yep. Dude, that you got some balls for saying that, but again, that's not gonna happen. Just go get her yourself, man. Uh-huh. True. Two generations, though not by blood, still 2 generations of fucking 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬s are here to take you on, man. Nani? I kick off as quick as I can. There's only about 10 meters between him and me, but I jump to the side, maintaining that distance. Rather than acting on my desire to kill him, my instinct to kick in to help me avoid death. Oh, Shiro, always getting brutally hurt. I slip away and roll on the ground. I go tumbling across the ground, scrambling to look up. I glanced back at where I was just running. Let me see. They're like weird black virus chains. The ground is on fire. A dark mud spreading over the lake is streaming. That's what we are. It's like a dark carpet. The mud coils and lunges at me, snapping like a whip. It leaves a searing welt on the ground. Yo, this is my domain, Shiro. Gotta take some risk. I leap out of the way of the black mud as I strikes at me once again. To hell with darting around blindly. This bastard's intent on killing me. Of course. I reposition myself, keeping an eye on the lake. I'm no closer to Kotomine. Looks like he's going to keep me 10 meters away. That muddy tentacle seems to be able to stretch endlessly. It follows no matter how far I retreat, and it's not the only one. He engaged it. Bro, you don't believe in shit, man. Stop it. Stop it now. Salvation, sure. The tentacle twists around me. It looms over the lake, its sickle-shaped head like a dark serpent. I bite my lip. I'm in about the worst possible situation here. More and more tentacles emerge from the lake. I'm not sure how much longer I can even survive, to say nothing of getting near Kotomine. Hmm. Well, we'll see about that. It's called grit. The priest raises his hands. He stares at the heavens like a conductor leading an orchestra. Yo, he thinks he's the fucking major from Helsing. Put your life on the line. The serpents surge forward. He's kind of right, though. Come on, Shiro. I try to kick away the mud clinging to my ankles. My clothes are burnt and my skin is exposed. I jump away from the lunging tentacles. Different game, man, or like the different version of this game, this would get into some interesting topics right there. I cannot feel the mud coating right ankle, and I wasn't entirely sure I was still had my right leg until I leaped away. Always sounding like you're out, ref, man. I checked my body while I roll. Ankle, okay, yep, it's there still. I just can't feel it. If it's more or less intact, I can still probably run. I jump into another direction to avoid the mud restlessness attack. Besides me, I hear a splash. The scent of burning earth wakes my dizzy head, and I push myself back onto my feet. Ooh, Jesus. Oh, here we... Dude, we're back to the red, man. We're back to the red. A burning sensation sears away my back. I shake it off and jump to the closest clear ground. The mud's purest relents. I can no longer see any of the black mud that surrounds me. I bite my lip. I dodge and ran all over the place, but in the end, I'm right back here. Didn't really get that far. I calm my breathing and look up at him to at least show he hasn't broken my spirit. Kotomini has not been moved at all. He's just watched me running around. No matter how many deep breaths I take, my heart will not stop pounding. It's warning me that it's at its limit. It needs to rest. My heart is ready to burst if I don't rest. That's how rapidly it's thumping in my chest. It's all but jumping out of my mouth at this point. I cannot do anything. I cannot get near Kotomine, and I cannot stop the black mud. There's not enough time for me to hold back about using projection. It's my only hope. If there's no way forward, I have to project Saber's sword once again. It should be able to cut through that black mud and give me a fighting chance to rush Kotomine. The moment he speaks, a tidal wave of mud crashes over me. I look up just in time to dodge. The mud itself isn't the bad. It's slow compared to Saber's strikes when we sparred, and it doesn't change direction so easy to dodge. But that only applies when there's only just one tentacle. I can't handle multiple attacks at once, or those that strike me from behind as soon as I dodge from another. As a result, I can only move around, and still, mud slowly covers me. There's no time to rest. I'm not going to be able to use my projection magic. Projection requires me to form an image of a weapon from the very beginning, so I need to at least have a full minute of concentration. But if I give Kotomi an opening like that, the only thing that will be left of me will be smoking bones. Everywhere the mud touches me and I go numb. At least it's not painful. But if that mud covers my entire body, I'm not even knowing whether I'm dead or alive. If that happens, I'm a goner. I'll melt away, bones and all. I can only run. If I'm going to have change, if I have any chance of getting near him, I have to do something about this mud. I can't believe it. I picked now of all times to trip. Rud. Kotomi stares down at me as if I were a piece of trash. I mean, that's normal. He points a finger at me. What the fuck? He's going to point a finger and laugh back, laughing? Okay. All right. He points a finger at me, and several snakeheads rear up from the lake. What the? Get up. I have to try and get up, but fall again. I fall. I fall. The snakes pursue me, but I still fall. Why? 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 Black mud splashes over the back of my neck. Yo, did I choose the bad option? Bro, I hope I did not choose the bad option. Why? Now that I look, my right leg is entirely black. Ooh, so what? It's like scalded, like turned to cinder, ash? Black mud rains down on me like a torrent downpour and engulfs my entire body. All I can do is await the oncoming tidal wave of despair. Wait, wow, that was so quick. Really? Really? So the game said because you chose to have a happy moment with Saver in the end? Nah, you chose wrong. Bro. All right, game. So this was the wrong option. All right, so it can't be talked to Kuritsugu. I would not. There's no way. No way. As interesting as it would be, that's probably not the right option. It's probably I have to have an actual strategy meeting. Damn, I thought good vibes would help win the day. I was wrong. I was wrong. Being unarmed at the most crucial moment. Fair. Yep. Uh-huh. So that makes, I think, 3 or 4 times I have died. So, all in all, I've done pretty well. Fine. Okay, game. All right. All right. I get it. Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, you should have had a plan. Fine. I thought that my feelings would reach to victory, but I guess not. All right. All right. Listen, best girl Taiga, I agree, but listen. All right. All right. I'm going to run through. I'm going to run through. I get the idea. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure. Sure. Speed. All right. Restart from a recent decision. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks. They said, hey, yo, fuck the good vibes. You need a plan. You need a plan, you little shit. Fine. Fine. Have a strategy meeting. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's right. There's only one thing to do. We've always done it anyway. We should do the same right to the very end. It's not romantic. It's not elegant. But sitting across from each other and coming up with a plan of action suits me and Saber best. I mean, the other one was fine too, but whatever. Whatever, game. Whatever. Saying, nah, you don't get to have a little happy moment with her in the end.
何もここでなくとも良いのではないですか。いや、ここじゃないと調子が出ない。いいから中に入ろう。考えなしってわけじゃないんだ。ああ。シローがそういうのでしたら従いますが。
Saber reluctantly follows me into the shed. Okay, now, there's a reason I had Saber go inside the shed with me. Right now, we have neither a plan nor the means to defeat Gilgamesh. So it goes without saying that we need something extra. Fate extra. We summon Nero. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Just out of nowhere, somehow we have enough energy to summon Roma. What's her fucking laugh again? What's her laugh? I forget. But anyway, we summon Nero. Let's go. Let's summon Nero. So, are you kidding me? I got enough game, you fucking assholes. They're like, oh yeah, more decisions. Really? So yeah, Kuritsugu probably wouldn't have gotten me anything. So I made my way to certain death, if that's what that's telling me. Great. All right, so I have 3 more decisions. All right. Okay, right now, so it goes without saying that we need something extra. Look for a weapon, strengthen Saber, return the sheath to Saber. Ooh, that's interesting. Can you even do that? But the problem is, it looks like I need a weapon. And the whole theme is sword and sheath. So I don't think me returning the sheath to Saber is the best thing to do. And I can't really strengthen Saber, so I'm going to go with I need a weapon. Let's prepare something that we didn't have before. A new weapon. Whatever that might be. I'm sure Saber would benefit from a weapon other than Excalibur. I thought for me. Okay. Other than Excalibur, the more the weapons I have, the better.
Shiro, 考えとは何ですか? なんとか手持ちの武器を増やそうと思って。ここ、もともとは親父の倉庫なんだ。もしかしたら役に立つものですか。そうですね。キリツグが使っていた魔術品が残っていれば、確かにシローの力になります。彼の映像は10でした。あれならシローでもすぐに扱えるはず。
Oh, is that why the other archer can use guns? Oh my god, because it's tied to Kiritsugu in a way. A mystic code is a tool or an armament mages use to empower or support their spell casting. According to Saber, my old man was good with a pistol. Let's see.
あるとすれば、魔力を抑える封印がなされているはずです。魔力を感知するのではなく、しらみつぶしに荷物を調べてください。
Okay.
ないな、セイバー。ありませんね。銃はおろか、覚書きの1枚すらありません。
He might have thrown it away, to be honest.
そうだよな。親父がそんなの残してたら、とっくに見つけ出してる。
Right, I would have found it years ago. Well, that was kind of... I feel defeated. Well, it didn't hurt to try. Now we just have to do our best with what we have, like we planned from the start. So that's probably telling me that the game said, nope, you chose wrong. Decisive battle / competing the Holy Grail. Skip the scene? Sure. Bro. Yo, the game said you fucked up so bad. You can skip. Wow. Wow. Okay. So that was not... Alright, fuck it. Let's get back Avalon. Let's get back Avalon. Fuck my thought process tonight. My thought process is wrong. Wrong. Yo, we're making up for all the times I could have died. Now. Hopefully the last time, but still. Also, that's a funny image of Saber in the background. Okay. Alright, fine. I'll return the sheath to Saber. That has to be the right answer, right? That has to be. I should return the sheath to its rightful owner. I don't know if it will work, but I have to try. But Saber did manage to put her hand into my body to check whether the sheath was there or so. So it's probably not impossible to extract it. It would give you an advantage. Me, on the other hand, I'm probably going to be fucked. You know. I don't know how this is going to help me with Kotomine, but sure. Honestly, that's a fair point. You didn't have that last time. If you had that last time with you, you might have been able to defeat Gilgamesh, though you're a lot weaker now, so... Once you... That's gonna be interesting. I'll no longer heal so rapidly from whatever injury I have sustained. But that's normal. I relied on this regeneration too much. Nobody should be immortal. I mean, you're not really immortal, but sure. I shouldn't keep it anymore anyways. Saber bites her lip. Saber bites her lip. There we go. Saber bites her lip, not answering. I'm not sure how long this moment stretches out between us. The clouds in the sky drift by as the moonlight starts to shine through the window. Saber nods. Her hesitation's gone. Sure. Hopefully it's not going to hurt too bad. Saber begins. Her hands press against my chest. And sinks in. Oh. My job here is simple. The process of extracting the sheath is similar to projection magic. The sacred sword sheath has integrated itself throughout my body. I just have to collect all the dispersed bits of it and reform them into the sheath. This is all just my impression of what's going on, though. I may say I'm reforming it into a sheath, but all I am just gathering the waves of magical energy. Saber is the one who will be giving it shape. She is the original owner, forms the shapeless bonds of magical energy into the sheath itself. I wonder if he can project Saber's sword. Could he not project the sheath once it's out and he sees it in action? I'm just helping her. It's like making something from nothing. The scattered pieces of the sacred sword sheath are reproduced with precision, painstaking care, without a single error. My body grows hot. Projection is way beyond my means. It eats away at my body every time I use it. It destroys my nerves, burn my skin, and even has the power to cripple my brain. But it's the only way I have, and it could be the one thing that might help Saber. I think back to when I saw her in my dreams. The good dreams. Well, not really good dreams, but still dreams nonetheless. The golden sheath, fit for the king of knights to carry into battle. The legendary sheath that protected its owner and led her to so many victories. Hey, this panel. I like this panel. This is a very good panel. This is a very good panel. And no matter the end awaiting us, I won't ever forget. I will engrave the image in my mind. I hear Saber's voice. I feel something that was within me for the longest time escape from my body. Oh, excuse me. So perfectly. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. It must have come out great as Saber is so elated. It surprises me. My body's still searing hot that I just topple face first onto the ground. Saber hurries back towards the house. As I listen to her footsteps, I take a deep breath. I think that turned out great. It was perfect. I don't think anything else I project will ever turn out as perfect. True. I bid farewell to the thing that had been a part of me for so long. Are we not going to see it? The golden sheath that protected her. I will never, ever forget it. Though it's left my body, its form has forever engraved in my heart. Ooh, maybe he could project it. Maybe he could project it then as like an add-on thing. What would that do? No idea. Like, maybe it could kind of heal him. New angle? What is this? Like the TikTok view? The moon hangs in the sky. The clouds finally cleared. And the black of the night is giving way into indigo. It will be dawn soon. Long night is about to end. That was different. That was different. It will be the last one. During the night, Saber and I traveled to our final destination. Here we go again. Yep. As I quickly nod, I feel the cold. Yep, the mountain. Chill runs down swiftly. Yep. Yep. Same as before. Yep. 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 That's the same. Yep. Same. There's no longer any hesitation or worry in her voice. I don't need to say anything else. But if in the process, if one of us dies, yep, right. Yep. I just want to make sure it's pretty much all the same. Except for like this view. This view is very different. As so we climb the stone steps, the closer we get to the temple, the gate, the denser the air. Sweat trickles down my back of my neck. An ominous premonition creeps over me. At the top of the stone staircases of the greatest enemy awaits us. But I don't really care about that. We get up to the stairs, closer and closer to the temple gates. Everything will be over. No matter who wins this battle, Saber will disappear. The endless and fleeting days of fighting will finally be over, and Saber will disappear from this world. I think this is new. She'll return to her time where she belongs, and I can't say I don't have any regrets. I'm going to lose Saber. I'm going to lose the person I vowed to protect. The person I most wanted to be happy. Even now, I don't know just how painful that will be. For now, we're still walking together. I can feel her presence. I'm not prepared to lose her. Even if I knew a few days before, even if I knew from the moment we met, I knew we would eventually part ways. Thinking back, we made so many memories. We walked together so many nights. Fought together some nights. At first, I did everything I could prevent Saber, a girl, from fighting. Yeah, that was very ignorant of you. I'm just going to say it right now. Like, coming from me, too. It's like, listen, man, girl or not, let her cook, man. You are not going to be as much of an asset as you think you are. Oh, Lord. Lord of Lord. Imagine if he summoned, like, Mordred instead of fucking Artorias. Yo, Mordred hearing that, oh, you're a girl. Yo, she's gonna fucking destroy Shiro. Oh. She also kicked my ass in the dojo a lot. She kicked his ass a lot. I slept in the shed because I was too embarrassed to sleep in my room right next to hers. We ate lunch together. Saber liked baths. She liked my cooking, liked the clothing Tosaka brought her. She had incoherent conversations with Fujine, who we never saw again. She pushed herself, shouldered all the burden herself, and finally collapsed, and then we explored the depths of our hearts in ruins. Things took a turn after that. I couldn't stop thinking about Saber. My purpose for fighting changed, and I realized I loved her. How can I lose someone like this? Saber doesn't say anything. I can't think of anything to say to either. Once we've climbed the stairs and reached the top, there will be nothing for us to talk about. A little while later, I'll lose Saber and have to say goodbye. But this is the only time we have to say goodbye. We climb the stairs. If I want to avoid saying goodbye, I just have to chatter about insignificant stuff like that before. For example, let's go to town when we go home. What should we eat for breakfast tomorrow? Try to, like, delude himself in this. The insignificant stuff. I can't even seem to do that, though. Because whatever I say, those could end up being our last words. A clear end. Neither Saber nor I could say a clear goodbye. Man, this is way more poetic. Jesus. And now we're at the temple gates. This is my last chance. If we proceed, it is going to be all over. But if we go back, maybe I can think of something that would stop me from losing her. Again, that's that same mentality she had with her kingdom. You taught her not to do that, so you gotta follow through. You gotta follow through as hard as it's gonna be. I stopped and turned to Saber. She's the same as ever. Her face is composed, but her eyes seem tense, like she's trying to hold something in. The moment I see those eyes, I'm assailed by the temptation on all sides. Temptation to run away, temptation to turn back so I don't lose her, temptation to tell her what I really want, assuring me she'll accept it. My resolve wavers. Fuck. Again? Again with this shit? Oh, we're gonna probably lose now. The temptations are beginning, itching in my voice. I bite my tongue. What the fuck did I choose wrong? That cannot be an indicator that I chose wrong. When he wavers, that's how you know it's over? I tell her, just like usual, as her master. Saber nods slightly. I see the strength in her eyes, full of resolve as they always are. I won't make any request, the same way she believes in me. I'm going to believe I made the right choice. I cross the threshold of the temple gate. There's no turning back now. I can't say anything. Not that I could say what I really wanted anyway. But I want to at least believe that this frustrated silence managed to convey my feelings. We finished climbing the long stone stairs. This is our final memory of our time together here on this earth. The summit is bathed in a crimson glow. Wind whips at my feet, seeming to come from the red lights somewhere at the rear of the temple grounds. The heavy air... Right, here we go again. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to skip through this. Yep. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. What's up, jackass? Mm-hmm.
ギルガあの呪い聖杯と偽っていたものを使って
Oh, I think this is new dialogue. Hang on.
望みなどないと言っただろう。琴峰が聖杯をどう扱おうと俺は知らん。今のところ俺の関心はお前だけだ。
As if to answer, the Golden Knight raises one arm. Oh, Jesus. No! Why are we getting the clean background? We're getting the clean. Fucking, yeah. Pelvic shot. At the same time, a shimmering haze forms behind him, the king's treasury. Hundreds of noble phantasms are readied at the haze, like bullets loaded into a gun.
ようやくこの時が来たか。今までずっと考えていたぞ、セイバー。
Bro. Easy, okay? Easy. Just because you're a pompous king asshole does not mean you gotta be like that. Don't you like her having a little bit will, though? Like, what's the point in breaking her, my man? I imagine... It's some weird kink, probably. I imagine you writhing beneath me as the agony of death drives you mad, while your pathetic, filthy figure clings to my feet. Well said! I'm sure. Not objecting to meaning the same fate, then, King of Hero. True. If you're gonna say it, own up to it. She takes another step. Saber walks right into the range of all those noble phantasms. This isn't a battle I can help with. No ordinary human could step in the battle between Saber and Gilgamesh. Yeah, I'm going. Kotomi is waiting. Oh, different angle this time. I glance at Saber. She gives a slight nod, her eyes still on Gilgamesh. As I leave, I feel her wishing me good luck. I turn around. My opponent is somewhere else. Behind me. As I run, I hear the sound of Saber's deadly battle beginning. Deep within the ground, beyond the Ryu Temple's main buildings, is a large lake. Here we go again. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to skip this. It's supposed to be clear, pure, blah, blah, blah. At least it's what it's supposed to be. The lake is far from pure. Again, new visuals. Red phosphorus spreads out before me as I see the darkness of the murky turn. Yo, gee, what? Yo, game, relax. Yo, we're really trying to, like, encroach upon this. Although no ooze this time, the holy chasm yawns in midair. The body of a young girl floating near it is in the offering. Oh, did I come here before he activates it fully? Oh, interesting. I've been trying to remain calm this entire time, but that sight drives me over the edge. I stop glaring at the enemy. Again, YouTube. Listen, man. That's all I can do. It's part of the game. The ends of his lips curl into a smile and spreads his arms in greeting. Our final battle will be fought here. This will be the summoning altar in this Holy Grail war. Easy. Easy. No, the serpents. Fuck. Okay, so here they come. Here they come. We're about 10 meters apart. As soon as I take another step, the battle will begin. I don't know what kind of magic mage Kotomi is. He's likely using of projectile weapons like Tosca. On the other hand, my only opposition is to get close and punch him in the face. Even with Tosca's dagger concealed behind me. Right, I forgot about that. I will need to get close. The dagger that she received from her father... Or, I'm sorry. The dagger that was her father that I think he used to kill him, that he then gave to her, will be the finishing blow to him. That's a very good poetic end right there. That is very, very good. Very, very good. My only opposition is rush him and stab him in the chest. But before that, I need to do something about Ilya. That kind of talk's not going to work on him. Alright, here we go. This is the same as before. Alright, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right. Right, 2 Emiya's. Okay. The girl is always. Okay, here we go. The power of the flowing from the Holy Grail itself, though it should normally be colorless, it should be omnipotent. No mere human could dye it black. The Holy Grail has always been like this. The moment it is opened up, it will pour from the Grail without end, causing the unimaginable catastrophic. Honestly, yeah. With all the bullshit rules and loopholes, and actually, no, it doesn't really do that. Yeah, it does fit for it to look like this. A shadow on the wall of what it really is. It's filled with all the manner of malignancy. Okay. With the things that curse the world and mankind indiscriminately. The evil. It's basically the essence of Chapter Black. Chapter Black. What is he talking about? If that's true, he didn't become a master because he had a wish to fulfill, but instead, just so he could open this thing up for the fun of it, of course. I grind my teeth and glare at him. He smiles wider. For the shits and giggles, man. It's just a prank, Shiro. It's just a prank. It's such a simple answer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why, I never thought about that sort of thing before. Simply because they exist to entertain us. Huh. We are the greatest form of entertainment. It's such a very sociopathical way of viewing, like, everyone. Bro, just watch a fucking reality show then, if that's what you want to see. Like, yo, you don't have to, like, kill and do all this terrible shit to people. You could just watch, like, a Bravo TV show, man. Yo, he wants to become a fucking god and just watch all humanity exist in all their greatness and folly at the same time. Good Lord. I eat the starlight. Seeing the priest give such a sermon, his arms spread wide, it is, strange to say at least, a chill runs down my back. Not from what he said. Seeing him like that, talking about human beings, and seeming somehow scared, sacred, is what gives me chilled.
お前は
10年前の火災は悪くなかった。小規模ではあったが、通常ではありえない刺激に満ちていたからな。そう。私が望むものなどその程度だ。あのような地獄にこそ、魂の炸裂、人における最高のきらめきがある。それは、お前自身も体験したことではないかな。
I want to cause a massive natural disaster for people to suffer through, and that to me will be entertainment because you see what people really are in that moment. It's, again, on that weird Joker mindset of when society is pushed to their absolute breaking limit, they'll devour each other, they'll collapse in on each other, and then the idea is like, but though people may be panicked in that kind of chaos, sometimes, and a lot of times really, when we've seen it firsthand in a lot of real-world scenarios, the kindness and stability that we give each other by helping one another shows through the darkness that people like Kotomini over here and the Joker are like, nah, listen, that society can be fragile, but it's in that sadness that we all share and very, very dark times that once one of us can do the right thing and help each other, it starts to create a ripple effect for others around them to do their part and to make sure that if something terrible happens to a greater whole, it's ourselves that have to put us back together. Like, we see it again so many times when there's like a natural disaster. Yeah, people are crying and people are obviously don't know where to go, but then all it takes is like the handful of other people to try to get them back on their feet to show like, no, we care about each other. There is somewhere deep inside of us a nature to care for one another. And it shows in these moments. So I think that's like the antithesis of what he's trying to get to. Also, give me one moment. I have to go do something real quick. But we will be right back. Just give me one moment. BRB. I'm going to put on some music. And I'll be right back. I promise. And hopefully my OBS won't crash. I hope not. All right, I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. So I had to take care of something real quick. Anyway, let's get back to this. All right. Back to Kotomi saying, yeah, by the way, suffering in the greatest capacity is what I live for entertainment's sake. Yet again, another reason why I'm like, man, when people tell me Kotomi is their GOAT, nah. Like I get as a villain, there is some interesting fascination for him to go so far and yet so simple in his desires to do wrong by our standards, because he also doesn't view that anything he does is considered wrong by his nature. He thinks we're the ones that are doing things wrong. Like, there is interesting complexities of his wickedness. It's just people have this weird perception and obsession with Kotomine in the fake community. It's like, damn, bro, chill out. It's like people that unironically say, yo, Griffith did nothing wrong. He's my man. He's my dude. Like, yeah? Yeah? He's your dude? All right. All right. Oh. All right, man. Okay. You guys do you. Anyway, let's get into this. Oh, no, we're back to the red. No, I disagree in the entirety of it. Again, this is the kind of dialogue and perception that, like, the Evangelion would want you to believe in. Meanwhile, me, Shiro to some extent, are like the Gurren Lagans. We have to believe. Give us credit, and we can show you that maybe we're not all just lost causes. That rocks my soul every single day. Especially when I'm, like, down. It's like, damn, I don't know when I'm gonna, like, have a moment where I feel like I can do better. I have to believe in myself that I have the capacity, and then show myself I can do that. Bullshit. That day. How could he ever describe the hell that day like that? Sure, in your own sycophant way, I guess, that is considered a love, though obsessive and twisted as it is, yes. And again, he even admits to himself that, yes, by our standards, he is very wrong to think that this is okay, but yet he still does it anyway. The priest smiles, pleased with himself. Is he saying that he thinks all those people dying helplessly was a wonderful, beautiful thing? That's exactly what he's saying. Oh, I understand, all right. I focus on my feet. Every muscle in my leg tenses, ready to break into a sprint. And he'll probably be like, sure, that sounds great to me. At least he should follow through with that. I search forward as fast as I can. He's a little less than 10 meters away. If I just headed straight at him, I can throw myself to the side. Here we go again. I just want to kill him, but my instincts to kick in, saving me from death. Fuck. Not again. Is this really telling me that I fucked up again? Hold on. No, I don't think so. Because it would have just looped me back here. It would have looped me back here. If I said strengthening saber, which I don't know how I would have done that, I probably would have gone here. Same thing with the Kiritsuku path, I'm guessing. I go tumbling across the ground, scrambling up to look. Yeah, the black serpent mud whip things. I glance back to where I was just running. The ground is on fire. A dark mud spreading over the lake is steaming. It's like a dark carpet. The mud coils and lunges at me. Okay, so this is pretty much the same. Let me see if I can notice anything. Yep. Yep. Get out of the way. To the hell in the dark around. The disaster trying to kill me. The fake priest. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. No closer to Kotomine. Looks like he's going to keep me 10 meters away. All the same. Yep, that's the same. Here we go. He's probably remembering what happened to Lancer when I say that. Kotomini laughs as if impressed. Hmm. Yo, he must have gotten a little excited, if you know what I mean, when he's like, another Emiya. Oh, and he believes in justice. I can't wait to break his spirit. He must have loved that. He must have absolutely just lost gallons when he heard that. It's like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Providence, I tell you, Providence is with me. Tentacle twist around me, or towards me, excuse me. It looms over the lake, its sickle-shaped head like a dark serpent. I bite my lip. I'm in about the worst possible situation here. More and more tentacles emerges from the lake. I'm not sure how much longer I can... Okay, so this is about the same thing. Yep. The priest raises his hands. The stairs at heavens. Yep. Here we go. Put your life on the line. Yep. Come on. Alright, here we go. This was the same. Did I die again? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, because I gave Saber Avalon. That's going to change the tide for her, and then she can come help me. I'm imagining. Sparks fly in all directions. The Golden Knight steps back, evading the series of Savage's attacks executed with an astonishing skill. She must have seen it as an opening. Saber twists away from the short sword fired at her and takes a step towards her enemy. Her shouts tear through space. Her sword strikes like a comet. Her presence, the attack on the Golden Knight. He stumbled backwards, overwhelmed by her skill and ferocity. Ooh, pride. Shattering. Her sword dances. So titanic is the strength behind her blows. Each could shatter boulders, smash down the walls of even the most impregnable fortresses. And yet, the volleys, man. The myriad deadly weapons appearing from behind her enemy turn aside every strike. Yo, don't say annoying, bitch. Don't say annoying. It just means you ain't doing well. You should have shame when you say that. With the amount of pride that you constantly talk about, Gilgamesh slips back from the onslaught, another sword in his hand. Yo, just bust out your Excalibur, my guy. Just bust it out. It's easy enough for her to ripple his strikes, but she cannot meet his attack directly. Each of the enemy's weapons have abilities she simply does not know. Again, it's crazy how when he busts out like 2 or 3 of them, she just all of a sudden was just like massively nerfed. True, she has Avalon now, but like, wait a minute now. Healing and magic boost, was that really enough to change the tide to this drastic of extent? Just pull out all your shit, Gilgamesh. Just do it. Being struck by a weapon and not knowing what it might do is suicidal. Saber steps away from her cornered enemy to compose herself. Gilgamesh, on the other hand, is not all troubled and picks himself up. Gilgamesh shows no sign of fatigue. To him, this battle is merely a bit of entertainment. Him and Kotomine, man. Them and entertainment. He can very well feel nervous or tired when he knows with a perfect certainty that he will win. This is another matter entirely for Saber. She knows that her only shot at victory is now. Before her enemy starts taking this seriously, she needs to defeat Gilgamesh before he can use Aya, or she'll lose. Or, God forbid, the other noble phantasm powers and stuff. And so, even knowing that it may be impossible, she does not relent into her onslaught, giving no thought for her own stamina. This isn't the first time she's cornered by her enemy, nor the second, but she never has been able to break through the wall of a noble phantasm. Well, we kind of have twice, but don't worry about that, Saber. Keep going. Keep going. Ooh. Such little imagination, Gilgamesh. The great almighty King Gilgamesh of ancient Mesopotamia, Babylon, and yet you have such a little imagination. Yo, this is the shot. This is the shot I always see, man. This is the fucking shot. Brother, that's so clean. Hold on, can I take a quick screenshot? I think I will. Without hopefully crashing anything, please. Please, don't do that. Yeah. And also, the no music is oddly intensifying this. Yo, man. Fuck, that's a really good shot. That's a real good shot. There's no amusement in the Golden Knight's eyes. Not this time. No, he's actually being serious in a way. Yeah, there we go. He's serious. But that's wrong. To Saber, the choice itself was a mistake. Hey, Alfie, how you doing, man? The way in some world he lost thanks to his own arrogance. If he just had been serious in the Holy Grail War, the war would have been over by night one. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, that's another reason why I just don't like, and it's not just Gilgamesh, the archetype of these characters. Like, okay, you're OP. You have a vast arsenal of stuff. You clearly have mastermind level of schemes. And with Kotomine's help, too, you scheme a lot. Bro, just stop looking down on people and start getting in their faces and destroying them if you're really that powerful. And we clearly see, like, listen, every time this happens in every single route, although Heaven's Feel, it's just, oh, dude, I was talking and then I get fucking munched on. That pissed me off. It's like the one time I need you to actually unleash your weapons, and you don't do that. Anyway, it's like, yeah, no, like Gilgamesh, you could unironically take care of this right here and now against all of them. You have every single noble phantasm. You can use Excalibur. Just fucking lock in. But no, mongrels, weaklings. Again, it's the idea, like, in a way, with Frieza. Like, Frieza, if you just go out and collect the Dragon Balls and then have all your men guard them, no one would have stolen them on Namek. But of course, that's not how that works. A ruler of pompous attitude does not have to do anything. It's those beneath them that should do all the work and then sit back and reap the rewards in just time. That's the idea with Gilgamesh. And then, of course, anyone that dares defy him is in the wrong, of course. But he still has the air of, oh, but I'm the impregnable, unstoppable. But it's like, You're being stopped now. You ran away the other night. Didn't double tap Enuma Elish, didn't break out the God Chains, didn't do all the other shit. Oh, Shiro and Saber do a fucking combo attack on you. Please. Like, bro, what the fuck? Just fight. Just fight. Anyway. The air around Gilgamesh twists and distorts. Oh, more? Oh, there's more of them? Oh my goodness. Hold on. There's more. There's more. I might change. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there's more. There's more. More. I need more. Actually, hold on. Let me turn myself off for a second. My camera. I should mean. Saber face. Give me 1 sec. Ooh, that was the wrong button. Did not mean to do that. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Ah, damn it. No! Well, oh well. I'll look it up later. No, that's Saber. Yep. Oh, I forgot to put this back up. All right. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll keep it. I'll keep what I have. Here it comes. Saber adjusts her grip on her sacred sword. In truth, there is a way. There is only one way to defeat the Golden Knight. For her plan to succeed, certain conditions must be met. On some JJK shit over here. In the caster class, he really is serious and doesn't look down on anyone. To a lesser extent, sure, yeah. Because he is not that OP anymore, lost many noble phantasms, given them to humanity, including Aya, but between Archer or Caster, I pick Caster. I mean, the thing with Caster is that he's also the representation of his younger years before he goes down the dark path. So he is a much wiser king. He is a lot more, like you said, he's a lot more in tune with humanity, gives away noble phantasms. So his, Gate of Babylon is not as in stocked as it would be because of his greed and desires. So by that standpoint, Caster Gil does not have as much weaponry to work with as Archer Gil, but because of his pragmatic mindset, Caster Gil would have a much clearer way of thinking, strategizing even, that Archer Gil over here would just fumble on because, again, he's so great. Who could possibly stand in my way? No one could. Everyone's mongrels beneath me. Well, listen, if you fuck around with the mongrel, you're going to get fucking bitten, and you may just lose a hand, man. You just might lose a hand, so don't look down on mongrels. Do not look down on mongrels, and that's something that Caster Gil would not do. He would definitely not do. And because of that, he can come out on top in a lot more other instances where I think Archer Gil, though if he took it seriously, he could crush them. It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. And yeah, I agree. Though I have issues with Caster Gil still, because it's Gilgamesh. Again, he does irk me, but he was a much better Gilgamesh overall. He was a much better Gilgamesh to like. But yes, you are correct. All right, hold on. Even if she takes out Aya, he will still be able to defend against her attacks. If he had any energy left, she would also have to take on Aya's attack head on again to be sure whether it's impossible to defeat. Take another strike from Aya. This is preposterous. Even with my own sheath returned, I could not possibly survive that attack. But she is also nerfed. Again, I wonder if Kiritsugu summoned her and gave her the sheath, because that was her at full power plus the sheath. I wonder if she could take on multiple Enuma Elishes. I don't know. There is no other way to win this battle. If it's just a matter of how to spin that thin thread of hope into real victory. Normally, her intuition would show her the best route, but she would act in accordance with what she sees. But that intuition is of no help now. Perhaps her chances of victory are very slim. Her own intuition cannot show her the path. But she will still fight. She has to keep fighting for Shiro, who surrendered his own defense, returning the sheaf to her. She cannot let that man defeat her. Even more weapons appear behind Gilgamesh. Even more, of course. Of course. Every single one aims towards Saber, moving without Gilgamesh even touching them. Before, only the hilts were visible. But now the blades emerge themselves, awaiting their master's command. This is the way knights should fight. Yeah? I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. This is the way that knights should fight. Overblowing that maybe, but sure. Gilgamesh was never a swordsman. No, in actual history, I actually don't know what he would be considered like for a combat specialist. I think he would be considered more of did he have a lance? I feel like he had a lance. Maybe he would have been a lancer. I don't know. I actually don't know. I gotta read up on Gilgamesh again. His many noble phantasms are deployed within time and space and becomes bullets under their master's command. This is why he is an archer. He is the strongest in that regard. There we go. The bullets of weaponry. With a single command, a rain of swords descends on her with godlike speed. Indeed, he lost a hand thanks to Shiro. Yes. Yeah, he did. True. I didn't even think about that, but yes. Yep. He cannot even now, even still, to use at the full power. Proto Gil show that he indeed had a talent with a sword. I actually don't know about prototype Gilgamesh. Again, prototype series we'll definitely have to get into because I don't know too much about that. I know of proto Arthur, but that's essentially it. I think we actually talked about it last time, Alfie. So, each of them possesses its own special fatal power. She evades every single one of them with a graceful slipping between the falling leaves. A sword at the front, a spear from the left, pole arms from above and below, three-pronged swords sweeping at her in an arch, a hammer larger even than her streaks towards her like a meteor. She blocks, parries, dodge, then twists away from those final attacks. Saber's breathing is labored, and she struggles to regain her ground after putting on the back foot. At that moment, she sees something behind her enemy, behind Gilgamesh. 47 noble phantasms are already deployed, all at the ready. She leaps with all her might, as if to prevent from her escaping a flurry of noble phantasms race towards her, tearing up the earth. A torrent of noble phantasms slams into the ground one after another. Her armor is shattered, her gauntlet is split open, and even her greaves are impaled. Okay, well, good thing we gave her Avalon. Saber manages to avoid sustaining any fatal wounds, but in that moment, she sees something even worse. Beyond the rain of noble phantasms, as if to finish off his exhausted prey, the King of Heroes draws his favorite sword. Here we go. all ready, man. He's all ready to go. Again, if you just would act like this 90% of the time, he would win. Saber lets gravity carry her back to the ground. She lands hard and immediately pours magical energy into her sword. But she isn't sure she can make it within time. Come on, believe. The wind blows. The blade of light emerges. She raises her sword without waiting for the wind to finish unraveling. This is a nerf. So then this is a unpropagated Exu. She does not bother deflecting the rain of noble phantasms. She simply swings her sacred sword with all her might and all the stiffness she can muster. Inuma Elishu. She's too late. Fuck. No. Gilgamesh sweeps his other noble phantasms aside and swings Aya. Here we go. Oh, the fucking void. Again. Damn it, are we gonna die again? I try to kick away the mud clinging to my ankles. The clothes are burnt. My skin is exposed. I jump away from the lunging tentacles. I can't feel them. Alright, we went through this. Yep. I check my body. I roll. Okay, alright, and this is still there. Yep, everything's there. Alright, I'm still getting hit. Yep, we went through this. Besides me, I hear a splash. The sense of burning earth, waking up my dizzy head. Right? Jesus, that red. A burning sensation sears its way into my back. The hell? I shake it off and jump into the closest ground in the mud of the pores. Right? I bite my lip. I dodge and rain all over the place. And by the end, I'm right back to where I started. I climb. I calm my breathing and look at him, at least to show that he isn't broken my spirits. Right? To me, has no way to move. No matter how many deep breaths I take, my heart is still in the pound. Right, it's coming out of my mouth. I cannot do anything else. I can't get near to the meaning. There's not enough. Yep. Right, so we got to all this stuff. I'm just trying to speed this through. And when he speaks, a tidal wave of mud crashes over me. I think I'm going to die again. Damn it. I looked up just in time to dodge. The mud itself isn't bad. It slows compared to Saber strikes when you spar, and it doesn't even change the direction. It's easy. It only applies to the one of the tentacles. I head to the man. As a result, I can only move around so the one of the covers. All right, am I going to trip? There's no time to rest. I'm not going to be able to use my projection magic. Projection requires me to form an image of a weapon from the very beginning, so I need to at least have a full minute of concentration, right? Everywhere the mud touches me and I go numb, at least it's not painful, but the mud covers my entire body. I'm not even known whether I'm dead or alive. If that happens, I'm a goner and then it melts away. I can only run, and I know that that's another time, and it keeps running. Yep, If I'm going to have any chance of getting near him, I have to do something about that mud. Right. Ow, oosh, ouch. Oh, fuck, I tripped over again, didn't I? Fuck! I can't even believe it. I picked myself up at all times. I tripped. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Fuck, I think I'm dying again. Seriously? What did I choose wrong? What did I choose wrong? Kotami stares down at me as if I'm a piece of trash. He figures out, several snakes head towards the lake. Get up. Yep. The black mud splashes over the back of my neck. Why? I look closer, and my right leg is entirely black. God damn it. Seriously? Oh, my lord. This ends here. I expected this to be more entertaining, but you are an inner kid to the sun. This might be new, though. Hold on. This might be new. This might be new. Hold on. Hang on. Oh! This is new. All right. Hold on. Premature. Let's see. Only 47. He can actually throw more than 100 portals. Why did Unlimited Blade Works and Age of Babylon, Enkidu, Noble Phantasm, perfect counter for the Gate of Babylon. Yeah, true. And we saw in Fate, Strange Fake. Watch the first episode. If you didn't see that, go check it out. Yeah, they have like a whole battle in the night sky of just back and forth bombardments. Remember, Shiro not given Avalon, he fused with it because one with Avalon, he's pretty much a sheath, a literal sheath, or Saber's Avalon itself. So, as far as I know, because I chose the option to, he used his projection magic to concentrate the inside idea of Avalon, and then she reached in, because she supposedly could feel it inside of him, and then together they basically took it out of him. That's what was told to me so far. So I don't know if he is the very existence of Avalon now, or like he is the sheath. But nonetheless, supposedly he does not have the ability to heal anymore at a great rate like he did before. But maybe he still does. Even projection of Avalon. We'll see. Because from what it sounded like, in this, he gave it back to her, is what happened, or at least what was told to us. I'm still conscious. My wrist and neck are bound in chains and mud, but I can still feel my body. You are his shadow. Lovely. My skin burns where the mud touches it. It feels like acid is seeping from my pores. I grit my teeth, trying to endure the pain, and I check my right leg. It's completely black. I can't feel it. It won't move. I need to either get this mud out of me or pour magical energy through the affected areas to push out the colluded blood. Oh, that's right. He can do that, I think. Either way, the moment I try to move my right leg, I'll probably tear off every muscle in it. In ways, they're the same side of a similar coin. Oh, I'm sorry, two sides of a similar coin. True. He didn't go after him, now did he? True. That story again. Saber told me about that, and Kiritsugu was the first-class mage. He would do anything to accomplish his goals. But then... Hold on. Does that mean Kiritsugu died because of Kotomine? What did the peaceful face he had on that night of his death mean?
最後に聞いておこう。キリツグの最後はどうだったのだ、エミヤシロ。息子であるお前に後を託し、何やら満足していったわけか。なんという道化ぶりだ。何一つとしてなせず、息子であるお前に責任を押し付け、さぞ滑稽に消えたのであろうな。てめえ!
Ah, triggered him. I kick at the ground. I force my leg to move, flooding it with magical energy. Muscle tears, and I ignore it as I lunge forward with all the force like a wild animal. He likes this, though. He loves the emotions. Kotomi holds his hands over the waterfall behind him. I don't know what he's thinking. The cascade of mud is a curse so dense it can be seen. It would be fair to call it a mass of magical energy meant only to destroy people. There's no room to modify it, to change its shape. Anyone who touches the mud will be contaminated by its potent curse and then dissolve as if the stuff were digesting them, which means the pain and fear felt in those dying moments lingers as magical energy, becoming the next curse to seek out the living. Whoever touches that stuff will die, and whoever touched it will die unless they can get the mud out of themselves. Even so, the priest sticks to his hands into the waterfall, smiling. He fills his hands with the darkness, knowing instantly that this will be different than before. A flash of light illuminates the world the moment I realize it's the light of Saber's noble phantasm. Arnrumain. The priest's words plunge the world into darkness. Fuck. Oh boy. Game. She's been blinded by the light a moment ago, but now she's cast in darkness. If she had been conscious, she would have seen that it was a black polar light. The darkness was momentary, but it was not darkness. It was a swarm of tiny curses. The darkness sweeps her body away, and the discomfort jolts her to a wakefulness. A sigh. The first thing her returning consciousness brings her is pain. Whatever parts of her were not protected by her armor are horribly burned, and her flesh has been brutally savaged by blades of all sorts. She is a dismal sight. So yet again, lost the exchange. Aya defeated her. Gilgamesh unleashed his noble phantasm, and she could not defend against so many. Then Aya struck her. She barely managed to deflect it with Excalibur, but the damage to her body was too severe. Her wounds heal on their own without using magical energy, but the protection of the sacred sword sheath is unable to return her to her full health in an instant. And then... That's the point, my guy. That's the point. Even if even in Zero, if I'm not mistaken, Kiritsugu indeed shot him, but isn't the mud of the Grail who saved Kotomine? It might actually be Kiritsugu not killing him after the end of the Holy Grail. At that time, Kiritsugu only focuses to rescue Ilia, but fail, and afterwards dies due to the Grail and corruption. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. He's kind of a shattered, broken man. Even in heaven, Even in Heaven's Field, Kotomine died again, but survived thanks to the mud. Yeah. The fucking mud, man. The mud. Just like he is. Mud. Gilgamesh walks forward, not a scratch on his armor, as always. Saber lies on the ground looking up at her enemy. There's nothing that she can do right now. Nothing can stop him from doing whatever he likes with her. Jeez. Despite the situation, Saber is more concerned about that light, the flash of light. The deep darkness that welled up from the far side of the temple, for a moment, covered the world itself. I'm curious. How far away are we? Actually, not that far. Good. Good. Let's keep it up. Let's keep that. Actually, what the fuck was that? Let's keep it up. She doesn't want to think about it, but that darkness might have been aimed at Shiro. Saber wills her body to move. But she knows she can't. She can't just lay down, though. She can still feel her connection with her master. It's weak, like the faint embers of a fire on the verge of going out. But Shiro is alive. She has to keep going. If he's fighting something unheard of or incomprehensible, the incomprehensible horrors that Shiro is experiencing, Shiro will be no match for. It's ironic. Maybe because of all that he somehow is able to have a good characteristic and fuse with Rasputin. Yeah, him and Rasputin are an interesting combo in themselves on, you know, their mindsets and then their beliefs. Because at the end of the day, you know, just because they are attached to certain people of their bodies, their mannerisms are just there for kind of cues and whatnot to be like, oh, that's like Shiro. Oh, that's like Rin. Oh, that's like Fujine. At the end of the day, they are still the servants that are taking over their bodies. And Rasputin is very much just like damn near Kotomine wannabe over here. So it's like, okay. Yeah, they were just perfect for each other. They were perfect. Saber clings to that faint warmth again and wills herself to move. But it's useless. Even the sacred sword's sheath needs a few more minutes to restore her. The Golden Knight smiles as he turns his gaze up to the burning red sky. You will be like me. You will gain flesh in this world and enjoy your second life. Imagine, in doing that, he gets Saber Altar. He gets Saber Altar from that. But he likes the little crazy. He likes the little crazy. Crazy chicks? Great. Saber looks at him bewildered. She can sense the immensity of the curse. It's a magnificent cluster of magical energy with so much power. Any magecraft would be possible. Where Caster is wielded, the possibilities would be endless. But it's a double-edged sword. Its curses humans, and only humans. Even heroic spirits would not be able to remain themselves after coming in contact with it. That's when she realized, Gilgamesh, a decade ago, the corruption even swelled up most of the ancient king, most of the ancient king of heroes. And then Gilgamesh, he's gone mad. I mean, he was already kind of crazed, already arrogant, but I think yes, the ooze pushed out even more of the madness that's already in him. He did have more respect back then for, people and whatnot, so. Although in the other versions, like Unlimited Blade Work and Heaven's Field, I think he generally does have respect for Hercules and whatnot. Gilgamesh looks down at Saber, laughing mirroredly. It's strangely out of character for him, but the look seems somehow appropriate. And how you do that, my man? How in your purview have you done that? Whoa. Hang on, good sir. All right, slight deviation. An eon is a very long period of time, often used for geology's sake to describe a long, distant vision of Earth's history lasting hundreds of millions of years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? Your history is not that long. I don't care what Fate's trying to say. Like, well, he's a demigod and his existence is before that. Nah, man. Nah. Millions of years ago? Really? Really now? Buddy, relax. Millennia. Let's go that. Let's take it down a notch. Freaking eons. Like this man, like he saw the earth form, and it's like, this will be my kingdom. Fate Strange Fake takes 10 years after this, and Heracles has one of the best disses to Gilgamesh. Fate Strange. All right, well that's cool. That's great. Don't spoil though. Remember, don't spoil. I appreciate that information, but don't spoil too much, please. Eons, really? Hearing those words, Saber gasps. She knows, in that moment, she will never understand this heroic spirit. His unthinkable arrogance, the staggering ego leading him to believe heaven and earth exist only for him. His ruthless choices that bear no regard for anyone but himself. All these things are completely opposite to her own beliefs of what it is to be a king. But he was a king. Even Saber cannot deny that. No other servant than Gilgamesh could have retained their sense of self after being bathed in that immense, powerful curse. Until later servants were introduced. Fucking Grandpa, the goat assassin, old man of the mountain. I think he would. I think old man would. Trying to think. Could Morgan keep her sanity? She's already kind of insane, so I don't know. But I think other people could. Hell yeah. So then don't do that, man. Don't do that. Relax. Let's resolve to be married before that happens. Bruh, he wants to taste the sweetness of her actual sanity, bow to his whim before she loses it. Whoa! What the fuck? I thought things were tattered, first of all. Second of all, that's cool. I'm taking a screenshot. Hold on. Let me. This time I'm going to turn off everything. So, boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop. Boop. Pow. There we go. And then, yeah, that's good. That's real good. I like that. That's a sexy panel right there. Saber, go away. I'm trying to watch you do something cool. And then, and yeah, here we go. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I like that little lineup right there. No, oh no. Man just needs to relax. Okay, bud. All right. I devour as I please. Man has no hold back. He doesn't believe in holding back in anything. Except when it comes to fighting, apparently. Oh, then he'll hold back everything. Saber glares up at Gilgamesh as she hangs upside down. Hmm.
それは違う。勘違いをするな、ギルガメッシュ。私は誰にも従わない。初めからこの体にそんな自由はないのだ。
Again, no music. No music. His red eyes rakes over Saber. They are entirely devoid of a human emotion. If she disobeys, he will kill her, no matter how attached he may be to something. If it does not obey him, he will simply destroy it. I mean, we've disobeyed them like 1,000 times. This is simply how Gilgamesh sees the world. Saber does not look away. She simply glares hatefully at Gilgamesh. She's not saying this to anyone in particular. She simply expresses the tiny warmth she still has within her heart. Look at that. She's no one's woman. She is a king. Technically, 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬 cannot be corrupt because he says that he's also sly servant who already broke. The only reason 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬 altar exists, not from the corruption, but from the ideas that he became so twisted thanks to Kirei. Heaven Feel shows 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬 rejected the Holy Grail's corruption. True. Yes. He thinks he's Aizen over here. A transcended being like a king serves no purpose. I think you're mistaking kings and gods there. Dude, your country literally collapsed to the ground once your dynasty was over. I would not be like saying, well, oh, your country fucking... No offense. Maybe all of the offense. The Golden Knight mocks her naivete again. Her heart is set now. Yep. 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 Destroys a lot about everything you do. Such fierce spirit, Saber twists her entire body, using the leverage to kick Gilgamesh into the face with her free leg. Gilgamesh releases her. Saber stretches her arms out and arrests her fall, then springs upward. Back in action, baby. She closes her eyes and looks within herself. It is no wonder your own country turned on you. It is not news to her. Since she has been summoned as Saber, she has been hearing those words over and over. It's different with him. He grew angry with her as if it had been about him, but also thought her actions are worthy of pride. She knows what she must do. Even if she has no hope of victory, she cannot stop here. She needs to do something while she can. She'll feel the warmth inside her. She had to get her master as fast as she can. She's about 8 meters from Gilgamesh. She positions herself at the ideal distance for intercepting an attack, which she just experienced firsthand. Her body won't move the way she wants. She can barely grip her sword, and her legs are hardly able to bear her own weight. Even a weak blow would be too much for her own. But she shows neither weakness nor hesitation. Even Gilgamesh feels he has to prepare himself. The Golden Knight readies 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬, his eyes on his opponent. Oh, look at this. Are you quite insane? Well, if you go by Soul Eater, we're all a little bit insane. Saber does not answer, but her determination in their eyes, in there to see her eyes. The air itself roars. 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬, the sword of rupture from the ancient Mesopotamia, is said to have divided heaven and earth to create the world. Sure. Gilgamesh, the king of heroes, readies his supreme sword to finally put an end to his enemy. The atmospheric vortex it creates, the sheer quantity of convergent magical energy, far exceeds Saber's Excalibur. That's why you like her, don't? That's why you like her, right? That she's defiant. Gilgamesh raises his sword. Saber mirrors the movement in perfect synchronicity. Their eyes meet for an instant. Yo, she's double tapping. Wow. Gilgamesh flurries his sword. But Saber falls to the ground unless, useless. She lacks the strength to activate her noble phantasm. What's the plan? The light, which can sever all things, bursts through her. Unable to do anything, she is swallowed up by the light. The moment I'm engulfed in darkness, hell itself is imprinted on my mind. The 5 staring penalties: life, body, imprisonment, humiliation, and finance. Let the myriad sins, mud, darkness, and the malice continue to surround and punish all. Eliminate human rights through deception, exile, and repression. Let the body descend into a state of torment and debauchery. Eliminate group consensusness by forfeiting honor. Jesus, that's a commentary on maybe some states. Die. Okay, then. Jesus. Oh, we're getting the whole text. Whoa! We went to fucking demonic church. Ridicule through greed and arbitrary decisions that freeze assets and property. Imprisonment, fines, the death penalty. Crimes committed in the name of personal grudges. Crime committed to satisfy selfish desires. Crime committed unconsciously. Crimes proclaiming self-consciousness. Civil disturbances. Solicitation. Fraud. Theft. Robbery, kidnapping, self-harm, violence, arson, bombing, infringement, manslaughter, group violence, professional neglection, overconfidence. What are we doing here? What are we doing? The true because his quest to find the veil of humanity caster version is wise version, who returns and becomes one of the best kings and had restored his own kingdom. Kid Gil hated how he became Gil, even says to himself in his younger years that sees that Archer form, he definitely would kill the Archer form. Caster Gil looks at Archer as if he were a fool. In short, how Emiya sees Archer. Basically, everyone agrees. Archer Gil, though more powerful by nature, is just a fool. He's a fool. Which is funny, because Enkidu, I think in Fate Strange Fake, the first episode that you see, he wonders if his younger self would ever like or understand how he became the way that he is. And he said, nah, it wouldn't matter. You still would become you. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Accidents. Accidents by intoxication, cover-ups, crimes for personal gain, crimes committed in the name of ego, crimes committed in the name of love, crimes committed in the name of virtue, crimes committed for themselves, the theft, embezzlement, fraud. Is this basically Chapter Black summarized right here? Like every fucking negative thing humans have done? Fraudulent cover-ups, contraband, crime. What the fuck am I reading? Crime, 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 hate, grudge, attack, 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 dirty, dirty, dirty you, your real dirty, atone, 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 atone. I don't know this word. Illusions? Yeah, I don't know. Crime, victims, atone, atone, atone. This world is disruled by non-humans. Know your consciousness to rectify your sins. Sure. Sure. Get it. I get it. Yeah, the world is dark and full of terrors. Know the penalties of your own sin. Herein lies the goodness of man, so pitiful that he is unaware of the totality of what he is exposed to. Know that the violence used to cover up the crime. Know the authority that hides the crime. The maliceness of man is here, so rare and so hard to find, that is stand out in sharp relief. 100 beginning, one Malgant, one Malagant, to balance it out. The Malagant shines strong, the reigns as a mighty, and viciousness is evil to compete with the beginning of masses, the 5 starting penalties. For you, 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 for you. Solicitation, fraud, theft, robbery, kidnapping, self-harm, tyranny, arson, infringement, dirty, 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 dirty. You're all dirty. Atonement, 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 atonement. All right, so Saber's getting lost in the fucking darkness right now. Game, relax. Please. My brain explodes. Oh, that's not Saber. That's Shiro. They're just both going through like some hell right now. The mud eating away at my body does not peel off. It merciless rubs me of my warmth. I feel the horrible curse crushing all of my senses, crushing me. Darkness. I cannot look directly. Oh, excuse me. Fight the darkness. Ugliness I cannot acknowledge. The crimes I want to run from. Again, this is literally some chapter black stuff. All man's sins, I'm going to die. Anyone caught in the darkness would not be able to resist letting it devour them just from the sheer pain and disgust. Also, what it goes through with Archer in a way. But Kotomine said it once. This is a curse. Is what killed Kiritsugu. That's enough to banish the darkness. We're in Berserk. We're in Berserk now. Heat returns to my body. Blood rushes through me, wounded as I am, and that helps to get me back on my feet. And why not? I mean, Kiritsugu shouldered all of this for years, yet he died. His own wishes unfulfilled because those voices never stopped screaming at him to atone. He said he wanted to become a champion of justice. He ran around like an idiot trying to be useful to someone, and in the end, nobody let him do what he wanted to do. Even so, he still pursued something, the ideals he had given up on, and then in the end, the words of some silly kid lifted a burden from him, and he finally let himself believe that everything would be okay. Okay, that acting there. I have to stand up. I said I was going to take his place and carry on his dreams. If I really am the son of Kiritsugu Emiya, the champion of justice, I cannot let that bad guy beat me. Tosaka told me I need to win, even if it kills me. Saber told me Kotomine is the enemy I need to defeat. Even Kotomine said, if I'm going to fight, I should put my life on the line. That's right. What can I put on the line here if not my life? There you go, man. Get some balls. I do not have anything else to offer anyways. Come on, man. Fucking H's for days. I desperately leap out of the mass of black mud. Really? I can hear his surprise. That's all with, like, a lot of his fights turn out to be, at least in this route. Just muscle through, man. Just muscle through. My throat is burning. Every breath is like swallowing glass. I don't care. Tears of frustration stream down my face. I might just burst from sheer anger before the curse can tear me apart. It's called sheer unadulterated rage, man. I push my body, forcing it to run. One hand goes behind my back. I grip the dagger I've been concealing this whole time. I'm just, in the moment, man. I run. Kotomine sticks his hands into the waterfall behind him and draws out another lump of darkness. So self-assured. There is no more hesitation now. If I get my hands on Kotomine, I will regret what he said more than anything else. I still have a command spell on my left hand. I don't know if I'm alive or dead, but that is proof that I can feel the truth of it. As long as I still have my command spell, Saber is still with me. If she's still here, she must have defeated Gilgamesh and beheaded to me right now. And if I don't greet her with open arms when that happens, well, I know her enough. She's gonna be mad. There you go. Use your bonds. This is how you use bonds in a fucking scenario like this, by the way. So I'm going to beat you here and now to fulfill his promise I made to her. But darkness closes in on me. Kotomine releases a giant mass of curse. My body begins to crumble, starting with the extremites. Sure. I won't look away this time. If this is my role, I'm not done yet. The cutbacks are interesting. This has been a very interesting back and forth. A fault line splits space itself. With a flash of light and a roar of wind, Aya releases a vortex of pure destruction. The sheer intensity prevents Saber from using her noble phantasm. She lowers her sword and lets herself sway as if collapsing. The light draws near. Saber is too injured to dodge. There is no shield capable of defending against Aya's attack. The furious dance of light and the wind can only annihilate everything in its path. Nothing can stand up to Aya. It is an immutable fact. Sure. Both of them knew it to be true a few hours ago. For once, that astonished cry comes not from Saber, but from the Golden Knight wielding Aya. Aya continues to release its torrent of magical energy, unleashing a raving beam of destruction. But Saber is on her feet, stepping into the light of power of Aya. Her silver armor screams, cracking, splintering every layer of magical energy projecting her. With not a second to lose, she closes the gap between herself and Gilgamesh. Yo, we are pushing. This is the power of just will, man. Willpower. Another light. To counter Aya's destruction, Saber releases every drop of power at her command. Lord. Searching heat scorches the earth in all directions in a brilliant flash of light. Two titanically powerful sword clashes. Their power is so vast, it creates a visible border as the two struggle against each other. But is it all for nothing? Excalibur cannot be Aya. Even if Saber risked her life and attacks without concern for consequences, she can only push back the smallest bit. The scales tilt in favor of Aya, and Excalibur's light weakens, pushing Saber back again. Yo, how are we gonna win? Hydrate, by the way. The Golden Knight draws Aya back, but then sees his enemy renewed, reckless advances, so he pours yet more magical energy into Aya. There's no turning back now. All there is to do is to use his full power to utterly annihilate Saber. Aya's segments spin faster, faster, and faster, reaching their maximum speed, and the light envelops Saber, cuts Excalibur down. Is he like overusing Aya? Is that going to be it? But in an instance before that happens, Saber charges. A tiny opening created by Excalibur power allows her to take a single step closer. In that instant, she reaches the space. Her noble phantasm appears. Bro, back and forth. Darkness befutes Shiro, as if we were caught in a wind tunnel. There is no avoiding or deflecting the darkness that coats space itself. Those swallowed by the darkness can only be consumed by it. It's the same thing, but okay. He's quartering from the fingertips inward. His legs kick the air as if swimming. His outstretched arms are swallowed up in the black mud. His vision fails him. It's like being erased. Shiro feels himself shrinking, but he refuses to die. Come on, man. Come on. Guys are muscle through all the way. Believe, like Archer said, in your mind's eye, believe that you can win. Believe. He tries not to look away, pours every ounce of strength he has into resisting. He fights the darkness covering him, the pain trying to melt his body, and the curse trying to dissolve his mind. It's all in vain. No human could resist this corruption. And yet, he continued to move. His arm is still raised, held out, trying to grab onto something. But his heart is already broken. His thoughts are smothered in darkness, and soon it will consume him. But in that moment, you hear your waifu. You hear it. You hear her. You are mine. Why did he remember that voice? The light in the darkness. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. How to even overuse Aya? In fact, Gil pretty underuses Aya. Aya is not even at full release. Oh no, yeah, I'm just making a hypothesis. Like maybe some shit like he clashed with Excalibur too much, and now it's like being overheated or something. A light in the darkness. The moment he realizes it's light, everything runs in reverse. The switch flips. Oh, here we go, boys. Switch the flip. It's time. His thoughts gain speed, creating and crackling. Oh, I think I skipped that. Crackling sparks inform the shapes to astonishing speed. Oh, is he going to actually summon it? He murmurs the spell to begin projection. In that instant, it's complete, skipping every step of manufacturing process. Yo, he didn't need to reproduce it from scratch. The shape had already been engraved out into his very soul. It had been a part of 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬 for so long, and so long that he perfectly memorized it. I think I was right. He can project the sheath. So he can project the sheath and the sword. Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, the music. We're kicking it up. Here we go. You are my sheath. His fingertips, desperately reaching, moving again. They grab hold onto the object he created without concentration or even spell casting. Yes, grab the light. The light of destiny bids you welcome. The world turns onto its head. Darkness eradicated by a golden light. In Shiro's grasp, duplicated flawlessly Saber's sheath. It's time, boys. It's time. The power of the sheath. And so, as Aya's all-destroying light burns away everything in its path, Saber releases her own noble phantasm. I have to. Nani? Bakana! What appears before her is, without question, the sacred sword sheath. The mystics with shrouded are unknown, but the sheath repels Aya's light. Yo, get blocked. Get fucking blocked. No, this is beyond simply defending its wielder. Instead, it cuts her off completely. The wall that keeps the filth outside of the world from fairylands over here. Oh, Lord. A world that cannot be reached, forever isolated from the rest of the world. Avalon. Here we go. Saber is protected by the sheath of the sacred sword, and for a moment she exists. She exists apart from all reason and logic. Brother, whoa, we're giving her a massive buff here. Is the greatest protection in the world. Yeah, you're like non-existent and existing at the same time. Nothing, not even the 5 magics, can pierce this perfect defense. Crazy. And so the sheath is named Avalon. Avalon is the place King Arthur has said to have gone after dying. The utopia that King Arthur dreamed of, but could not reach. Gilgamesh sees the Grim Reaper raising its scythe. Crazy. Yo, get blocked, man. The golden light of peace and prosperity. But it's too late now. Aya won't stop rotating, and Gilgamesh cannot retreat. How could he? Who would ever believe an attack with so much magical energy, such unimaginable power, could ever be blocked? Yo. Sheath. Sword. A strike of blue surges forward. The blue blur. The blue British blur over here. Oh my goodness. Even if he uses even if he gave the sheath to Saber, the sheath will always be with Shiro because he is the Saber sheath. No longer just Avalon, but Shiro himself. Interesting. Yo, it really is a shame that he could not activate this shit in the other routes. It really is a shame. Saber's arm is gone. She shed her arm. Her armor is gone. She shed her armor so she can use her magical energy in her sword. Quicker, baby, quicker. Bro, man has never felt this tilted in his entire life. That art right there is crazy. That has to be an emote. That's gotta be an emote. I'll have to use that somehow. Hold on, I have to. I'm sorry. Prepare your eardrums. Excalibur! Sorry. Arrogance was his downfall. Arrogance was it. So Shiro projects a sheath to her, but he is, at the end of the day, the sheath. And thus now he's using the real sheath. The moment he takes the sheath, the darkness is dispelled. The darkness surrounding 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬, the darkness that contaminated his body, fades all at once. Nani? Bakana! Here we go. This should come to no surprise. The sacred sword sheath projects its owner. Crazed. The filthy mud could not possibly destroy the embodiment of utopia the girl had sought, because it itself is the embodiment of utopia, I guess. Yo, hey, bud. Hey, bud. I thought you liked entertainment. I thought you loved when people suffer. Guess what? Guess what? We got a whole knuckle sandwich of suffering coming your way. Extra large, too. Extra large. Get ready. Get ready. It's coming. In that instant, the darkness is dispelled. He moves with all the speed of a comet. I'm your worst fucking nightmare. I'm fucking hope. The priest, so sure of his own strength, and the boy who could afford no such arrogance, has now faced off. But in that instant decides the battle. Yeah. This time, I don't think we're going to be having a whole knuckle duster fight against each other. No. I think it's going to be a one-hit, one KO move. 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬 runs, sometimes stumbling on all fours. Yo, like a fucking wild mutt over here. But again, like I said, when you underestimate the Mongol over here, the mongrel, he's going to bite. In one hand, he holds the dagger. He scrambles forward on his hands and knees towards the priest. Yo, where's your swords? Where are your swords? You were so overconfident for nothing. Yo. He got him. He got him. Well, but will that be enough? Shiro does not stop. He thrusts the dagger of retribution into the priest. Got you, you motherfucker. It's coming. It's called karma. Oh my gosh, that's the greatest little twist of all time, right? Yeah, right? I'm taking a screenshot, by the way. Here we go. What happened? What happened? Don't you feel entertained? Don't you feel entertained? I know I am. Arrogance, his biggest downfall. He just needed to evade and take range. You know, Be a fucking archer? Yeah, right? Yeah, who would have thought? A knife to the heart. Thanks, Rin. Yeah, right? Yo, Rin's dad, though he was a piece of shit, is finally getting avenged. And then, in a way, yes, Rin herself does provide one last assistance to Shiro. Of course. Of course. The priest turns slowly before he can leave. There we go. Shiro steps down on one foot to the ground himself and turns into a circle using the momentum of his dash. Yo, I was kidding. Yo, get a fucking knuckle sandwich ready to go. Extra large, extra crispy, extra firm. It's coming your way. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to get served, bitch. It's time to get served. It's coming. It's coming. He inverts himself like a top, and then he floods his left hand with all the magical energy, and like a whirlwind, die. Oh, that's not what I thought at all, but that's actually even better. What the fuck? What? Labat? Labat? I don't know if that's pronounced correct. Sorry. Whatever this language is. Scandinavian? Probably. I apologize. He fucking... So the sword, right here, he knuckle dusted it in further, like a hammer to a nail. Oh my god, that's savage. It's not as brutal as the fisticuffs that happened in Heaven's Field, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. His magical energy pours into Azoth Blade along with the word to trigger its release. Oh, right. I forgot about that. You're right. That's the trigger. And of course, at the same time, Ectoscalibur. The arrogance of those fall together. Nice. Saber swings her golden sword. She must not have had the energy to push herself back up. Saber keeps her sword down, head down. Gilgamesh stares, wide-eyed at the knight as she cuts him in half. In the silence, the wind whispers through the compound. There remains not a trace of light that had flooded the area seconds ago. The two knights did not exchange words. They simply stand facing each other as the battle ends. Gilgamesh sighs. He lifts a hand and traces a finger along her cheeks as to check the knight. His golden armor begins to fade. The bloody king of heroes starts to disappear. So, in a way, you didn't actually have the entire world. Zawardo was not in your hands. His fingers slip away from her. The arm he raised to touch her falls weakly. Oh. He finally has a moment of clarity. He finally was stopped stroking himself, and he realized, oh, wait, my worldview is not everything. He clicks his tongue in displeasure, and then at the end... Oh, man, when you fight a bored mother effer, they're all into it, man. They're all into it. He smiles, ironically, and vanishes. Surprised we don't get like a little panel? The pale blue sparks flicker along the priest's form. They spread in all directions from where the dagger protrudes from his chest. No flesh falls away, and there is no sign of bleeding. Even so, the battle comes to an end. He's not even looking at me. Instead, he stares down at the dagger in his chest in confusion. The wind is blowing. A gust of wind blows from the hollow overhead, muffling the sound around him in the silence that falls. Why wouldn't I? Kotomi's voice is low and mumbling. Consider this an extra fuck you. An extra fuck you. This is for you choking out her mom in that church, and on top of that, killing her dad. Again, not great people, but still. A knife to the heart. Thanks, Ren. Yeah, right. I am not sure how long he was thinking, but he takes a deep breath and finally moves, having been motionless from the moment I charged him and impaled with the knife. Yep. Yes, you did. And Kotomine collapses. Yep. I watch it all unfold. Even on the brink of death, he spoke to himself as if he were talking about someone else. Oh, maybe his wife's dead, I'm pretty sure. So maybe his kid, who I assume is a part of Hollow Extra, I'm pretty sure. Finally, the priest sinks into that which he was summoned, the very thing he wished for. And that's the end of Kirei Kotomine in this version. It wasn't as spectacular as the Heavensfield one, but it was, I feel, a lot more satisfying. The true end of a long battle. The lake is now clear once more. With the enemy defeated, only one task remains. Yo, fuck this goddamn grail! Get out of here! The dark hollow in the sky. The mud has stopped pouring from it, but the eerie void continues to quicken. It's the Holy Grail, the omnipotent grail said to be given to the winner of this war. The wind blows. With Kotomine gone, the power binding Elia vanishes. Elia's been released from the hollow, and now she sleeps beside me. Convenient. She does not seem to be in danger of dying. She'll probably wake up after we go home and have Tosca look over her. The war has ended. No one else will get hurt. We won't have to lose anyone else now. No more masters, and the servants will disappear now with their roles gone. I knew that this was going to happen. I climbed those stairs with her earlier. We already said our goodbyes. All that's left now is to bring the curtain down on this whole war. Here we go. All right, I think we're here, guys. I'm gonna push, man. I'm gonna push to get this done. So let's do this. Let's get to the end of Fate Stay Night, the Fate route. Brings justice to the Rin family? Absolutely. It absolutely does. I look at the hollow and wait. My heart is as empty as the void. And then she appears. She walks straight towards me, looking no different than when we first met. She stops once. We were close enough to touch each other. We never asked each other's well-being, nor offer our own congratulations. There has already been decided. There's only one thing left to do. Staver starts walking forward. The strong wind coming from the hollow did not deter her. She approaches one step at a time. She's within range. She quietly readies her sword and looks up to the black hollow. I just watch for where I stand. I clench my fists so hard they bleed. I bite my lip and try to hold back the feelings fighting for expression. I tried to burn the image of her into my mind, and then... One last time. Her back still to me. She tells me to use the command spell. When the Grail is destroyed, Saber will disappear. No, since Saber will destroy the Holy Grail with her own hand, she will not have to become a servant. She only became a servant because she sought the Holy Grail. Destroying the Grail should also void her contract since she will have chosen to do so. That feels kind of like a loophole, but she kind of did that already in 0, but she still is here, so I don't know. That loophole is interesting, but I don't know if that's how that works, seeing how she kind of already did that. But now it's of her own volition, so she's given up on her own wish. She found the Grail, so she won't be a servant. Will she then turn into a heroic spirit, I wonder? Will she still become a heroic spirit? I guess if we have to use FGO, then technically, I guess, yes. But, interesting. The moment she destroys the Grail, her life will end. She will remain king forever. I hear Saber. Every time I hear her voice, I want to scream. I want to tell her not to go. I want to scream my real, honest desires. I want her to stay. And yet, I can't ever say that. I love Saber. I want her to be happy more than anything else. I want to be with her forever. But if I really love her, that's not what I should be doing. What's that saying? If you love something, you need to let it be free. I love Saber for fighting her hardest. Even when she was wounded, she gave up everything, and while she was torn apart, she still held her conviction, even to the very end. If I think that it's beautiful, if I think that it's something worth protecting, then I can destroy everything she stood for just my own happiness. She was born a king, and that's how she lived. Nothing can change from that. From the moment she drew that sword and made her vow she was king, nothing else. That's her conviction. She fought her battles until the very end, believing she did do the right thing. The dream of a young girl named Artoria. She abandoned her own life and chose to be a king. She chose to fight. Even when she was told that everything she was doing was going to be unrewarded, she still wielded the sword and kept her vow as king. That lasted for many years. I can't do anything to tarnish the pride she had held until her final moments. My voice is heavy with emotion. Ooh, nice. Lights flare around us. The brilliant ray cuts the hollow in front of us in half, leaving no trace of it. Beautiful pink sky. Nothing remains. The mountain summit has been blasted away, leaving only a smothering wasteland behind it. In the distance, the first rays of dawn light the sky. A glimmer of gold peeks over the horizon. My left hand hurts. The final command spell disappears. And then, I accept it that it's finally over. It was a good ride, Saber. In this route, it was a very good ride. I don't know what else to say. Saber is far away. I don't try to run to her. I might have still said I loved her in that final moment, but to each their own. The sun rises. The wind starts to pick up. A golden shimmer shines, seeming to last forever. Bro, I gotta take another fucking screenshot. No, they're so good. God damn it, man. God damn it, man. This is so... Yo, like some parts of the remake are pretty much the same, and I feel like at times like some of the panelings are just not that great. This though, hold on. Let me take it again. Without the dance. Without the dance. There we go. Bruh, that's so good. That's so good. It's so fucking colorful. All right. In it. That was a corny joke. In it. In it. There is one thing I must tell you. I can hear the determination in her voice. I try to at least sound strong. I'm doing a terrible job, but it's okay. Saber sways. She turns. Saber looks straight at me and says, her voice clear. Fuck. Damn it, man. Oh, man. That's... Say it back, you fucker. Say it back before she disappears, man. Say it back. 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 Bro, how the fuck can people say they like... You know what? Because they probably haven't actually gone down through the Fate route. How many motherfuckers have told me, oh, Rin? Bro, listen, Rin's solid, but I feel like she's more solid as a friend than Saber, man. Saber. And Sakura's just sad, man. She's just sad and needs someone there to just give her hope. But hope and love are not the same thing. She said it. The winds blow over the mountaintop. For a moment, I close my eyes, blinded by the morning sun, and then I open again. I don't think I was surprised. I just had a feeling. Our goodbye was always going to be this. All I see is the wasteland. Saber gone, carried off by the gusting of wind. Just like when she appeared. Arrived in moonlight. Leaving in the brilliance of the dawn. She left with grace, without a trace. Bro, say it, you motherfuckers. Say it. Just say it. I know you don't have to, but say it. There's no regrets in my voice. Every memory of what I've lost and what I've gained remains in my heart. I will keep them forever. I look out to the rising sun. I hope I never forget any of this, that none of the fades from my mind for a long time to come. I watch the morning glow spread over the distant land. It reminds me of the golden fields she fought for. This is the utopia she wanted. That moment right there, guys. Epilogue? Fuck. How long is the epilogue? Bro, this epilogue better be like quick. Hello? So I say, please, game, don't do this to me. There's not been a fucking save feature yet. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to risk it, man. I don't want to fucking risk it, man. God damn you, game. Hold on. I'm going to save real quick. Just in case. Just in case. Because that would be some shit. I did all that work, and it doesn't save. I did all that work. Hell no. I see your comments, by the way. I'm going to get to your comments in just a minute. I'm trying to speed this, baby. I hear a cracking sound. It's the old, heavy, rusting door of a shed opening. Lights pour in through the cracks in the door. It's enough to wake me up. Speaking of whom I just went over, I don't even need to look to know who's approaching. It must be that time already. I take a deep breath and open my eyes. Yo, you were gone for so long. I think you were gone longer than you needed to be, but whatever. What the fuck is Zokin thinking right now? Like, man, what the fuck's going on at that temple over there? Should I send my bugs over there? Probably not. Are we back? Wait, are we? It's kind of like how we started. Yeah, wait, hold on. Alright, this epilogue better not take too long. I want the official ending, man. The official, like, let's go. And then I remembered. That's right. It's a special day. So you've met Ilya. I knew it. If Ilya's here, then that can only mean one thing. Luckily, I was up late last night, so I'm still in my work clothes. Pro. It's gonna be me. I'm glad I didn't need to change to head out. You're in charge of the house until then. Hello, you didn't really have much in this route afterwards you were defeated. I pat Ilya on the shoulder and head to the front of the entrance. I guess this is the best outcome for Sakura. Just things go back to normal and she doesn't have her own fucking crippling depression she goes through. Ilya foams at Sakura as she stops over the shed. This sort of thing is hardly unusual anymore. Ilya said she wasn't going to return to her home country, so I talked to Fujine about taking her in. Yo, does her maids care at all? I guess they're dead, but like, alright. She was vehemently opposed and suggested that she would take it into Ilya at her own house. Since then, Ilya has been staying with Mora house, and of course, she's been coming over with Fujine morning and night. It goes without saying that there's coming for breakfast and dinner. The two have been living together for 2 months now, and they're practically joined at the hip. When I pass near the shed, I hear Sakura and Ilya talking. Ilya is pretty blunt, so I thought she wouldn't go along with Sakura, but this doesn't seem to be the case. They're like an old couple. Ilya is energetic while Sakura is more laid back. It seems like they get along in spite of their differences. In fact, Sakura regained her usual cheer thanks to Ilya. Ever since Sakura's older brother Shinji disappeared and was listed as missing, she stopped smiling. Don't tell her that she was the one that killed Shinji. But then again, if Shinji in this timeline still was Shinji, don't feel too bad. She must have sensed that he had something to do with the mass coma incident at school. Well, that's convenient. Fretting over Shinji, Sakura shut herself away. It was Ilya who forced her to get over it, and Sakura is normal and cheerful self. Again, she's the one who killed him, which is funny. Yeah. In a way. I'm truly happy about that. Sakura's most herself when she's smiling, that gentle smile of hers. Hey, best girl. Glad you're back. God, I missed you. I missed you so much. Fujine is in tears as she shovels breakfast into her mouth. Mm.
私だけじゃなくおじいさまからももらってるくせにどうしてこの子は主戦度なのかしら。若い頃からお金にうるさいと周りの子に嫌われちゃうぞ。嫌われて結構よ。好きな人以外なら何を思われても関係ないもの。それよりタイガー、貸したお金ちゃんと返してよね。給料日5日前だったんで。
Yo, payday, money. Give me that money. She just does. I forget who that is. If I even know who that is. Ilya grins wirily. Unlike her more friendly relationships with Sakura, Ilya and Taiga are practically cats and dogs. Ilya gets more really mean with Fujine. Even her smile reminds me of a certain someone's smirk. I'll take it out of your allowance, bruh. Oh, Raiga is her fucking grandfather. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. And actually, I feel kind of an idiot for not putting that together. Taiga, Raiga. Raiga, right. Raiga even said I'm cuter than you? Damn, Gramps. Yo, why are we making best girl so sad here? This girl is the devil going to take over the whole Fujimori group. Oh my goodness. More importantly, why does a grown woman still get an allowance from her grandfather? I mean, if they're rich. I think they are, kind of. Not that much, but kind of. Fujine sulks as she hides behind my back. Ilya shrugs off Taiga's comment. Looks like Fujine isn't really in a position to be pushing back against Ilya. Nah, best girl. There you go. Wild girl. Wild. Fujine lets out an engine roar and disappears like a speeding bullet. She's got her driver's license last month. Oh, good for her. Since then, she's been late for school a lot less often, but now she has a new nickname, Rocket Tiger, or Rocket Driver. She's the only one who doesn't know about it, of course. Come on. I stretched and took a breath. Sakura already left for school. She ate a pretty big bowl of rice this morning, so she must be pretty driven today. Today is a big day for the Kyoto Club. Now that she is the vice captain, Sakura must really be determined and enthusiastic. Go to school too? Today is April 7th. Man, you have not come to school for a while, too. Schools are starting the new school year, and the season has gone from cold winter to spring. So, wait, actually, that's a good point. Hold on. You missed like a couple of days at the end there. Did that matter to your schoolwork, I guess? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm thinking too much on this. But it's a new spring, man. It's a new spring. It's been 2 months. I feel like a lot has changed since she left, but all the changes are all minor. Winter is over, and it's finally spring. That's the only thing that changed. I might have grown and matured, but I'm not the different person or anything. So, not that much has changed. You got a lot more women. Sure, it was still clumsily and stumbling along in Kiritsugu's footsteps. Rin. I wave in greeting. Yeah, I was about to say.
そりゃ今までこう頻繁に出くわすことはなかったけど。出くわすってあなたね。
Tosca narrows her eyes and glares at me, unhappy about how I phrased that. I don't think getting angry so early in the morning is so good for you.
もしかして登校時間変えたのか？前はもうちょっと遅かっただろう。早す。そんなことないわよ。今まで顔を合わせなかったのは偶然でしょ？知ってる？エミヤ君と私の家、きっかり正反対の位置にあるの。
Right.
だから普通に起きて普通に坂を降りれば、ここで顔を合わせるのは当然ってわけ。
Sure.
それは初耳だ。そうか、それなら確かに。
Wait a minute. That's only possible if our daily schedules are the same. For Tosca to reach this intersection at this hour, she must have woken up 6 in the morning. But that means... I just came right out and said it. Wow, even in this version, she's still trying to push for that. Crazy. Alright.
寝不足で学校に行くと化けの皮が剥がれるぞ。授業中に居眠りなんかしたら大変だ。下手に起こそうものなら寝起きの悪魔みたいな顔した遠坂が暴れるんだからな。
Oh. You'll get that caffeine in you. Like, who dares disturb my slumber or some kind of terrifying.
そんなことしないわよ。たかだか30分の早起きで深くなんて取るものですか。ほら、早起きしてるじゃないか。やっぱり。
Got him.
もう、人の起床時間なんてどうでもいいでしょ。つまんない詮索をしてる暇があるなら、さっさと学校に行きなさい。
I'm trying to. Tosca huffs and looks away. She has a point, so I'm going to let this go and just resume our walk to school. We walk up the hill. The townscape below has bloomed into a spring essence. The breeze is pleasant and the leaves of cherry blossoms are tree planted near the school that dance within the wind to time. It makes me smile. You're not overworking yourself, is that? I'm just trying to muscle through this and then I'll get you guys' comments. Trust me. Just trying to really get to the end here. Heard that the Kyo Club was holding a welcome party for the new members, so I figured I'd bring Ilya to hang out. Why? Why would anyone think that's like a crazy thing? Hope it's not too long. I hope this epilogue's not too long. Please. Please. We had a whole story. I think we're good.
まずいわよ。まずいけど、そういうことなら私もお邪魔しようかな。イリアがいるなら退屈しないし。何より危なっかしくって放っておけない。
However, to say that, Tosuka understands Ilya much better than Sakura than I do. It's not just that she periodically checks on Ilya on her health. Tosuka and Ilya are both proper mages. Ilya still doesn't fully understand that she needs to hide the fact that she is a mage. So Tosuka's been a great mentor for her in that regard. Great. And so things are standing to settle in their own respective places. The new priest of the church dispatch has already repaired most of the damage from the Holy Grail War, and we're more or less gone back to our ordinary lives. There are things lost that we can never get back. Yes, but the wounds are slowly healing, and I should be glad to know that some of the regrets I felt before are slowly fading. Tosuka mutters under her breath. She looks down at the town, at her tone serious. I was depressed most of this time already. I think this was generally a good wake-up for him. She's talking about the girl who's not with us now. It's been 2 months, and this is the first time we've brought it up. The golden-hair girl. I was going on in my mind thinking about I mean, damn. So the moment that they just stop believing that they can live, Luck's like, alright, here you go. That's a little hard to get out of my head right now. I guess she's talking about dying after living a full life or resting in peace, maybe. Ooh. That's more like you. She turns away displeased, so it's funny. I can't help but bursting into laughter. We continue walking, enjoying the spring sunshine. The hill road is long, and it looks like it will continue into the endless blue sky. Metaphor for life right there. Then she brings something else up, surprisingly casual. Her eyes are on the sky as we speak. I'm not trying to put up a front. I'm surprised myself with how at peace I sound. Nothing was left unsaid, so I don't regret anything. I mean, did you say you loved her too? I hope you did. Everything went in that moment when we said goodbye. What I wanted to do, what she dreamed. Maybe we were both stubborn, and maybe I really should have grabbed her hand and made her dream come true. But there was something we both felt was beautiful. We both desperately tried to protect it until the very end. I have no regrets. As she probably ended her time, I can't let myself be stuck in those memories forever. Damn, that's a nice landscape. Oh, new landscape as we're ending this. Crazy. So we've already said... As you should, man. No! Be strong. Says it loud and proud that I loved her. Tezuka doesn't say anything. But for some reason, she looks elated. She's practically skipping now.
別にただ早く学校に着きたいなってさそういうわけだからシロも急ぐのんびりしてると置いてくわよ
She turns around and starts to run up the hill. I grumble, then sling my bag onto my shoulders and run to catch up. It's only 7:30 in the morning. Bro, I don't want to get to that point. It's too early for students who aren't involved in any club activities, but I guess there's nothing wrong with getting to school early. I run up that hill, that hilly road that seems to stretch into the sky. I reach the school earlier than usual. Today is the first day of the school year. If I want to celebrate, I need to shake off old memories. Remnants of my memories will never go away, but I still need to go on, even if the emptiness in my heart makes me cry. The blue sky is off in the distance. It feels so close. Even if I reached out, I could never grasp it. I've looked to the stars before. There are unreachable stars and unfulfilled wishes. Nothing of ours remains behind. So someday, my memories of her, even the image of her face, will disappear. That's depressing right there. Oh, that reminds me of Frieren. That reminds me of Frieren with the goddamn dwarf. Oh. And yet, even if I can't even reach her, something will remain in our hearts. There may be nothing physical left, but we both shared time together and looked up at the same things. If I can remember that, I can believe that we're still together, even across such a great distance. Some things are bound to disappear, but others never will. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so I'm going to keep running. If I push far enough, I might one day reach what I'm aiming for. The new beginnings of spring and the end of a harsh winter. I am up the hill under the same blue sky she looked up and saw. The battle is over. In her final battle, that battle that split her country in half and ended in the king's victory. Oh, are we seeing her perspective now? Now that she's back. I assume. Oh my goodness. He would be here, wouldn't he? He would be here. Oh my god. Fuck. The night runs to her. The battle is over. The blood-red sunset has faded, and now the darkness of the night covers the battlefield. The hill littered with corpses and curses. All the remnants tries to drag the saviors down. Through it all, the knight runs breathless. His grip, his horse reins, and the wounded white steed does its best to keep up. The knight, the white horse, are the only survivors. Draped over the horse's back is the wounded king. I don't know if that's the same voice actor. I'm pretty sure it's not. The knight must be wounded himself, but he runs with all of his might. The king he served is on the verge of death. Even after defeating the rival king in a single combat, his king sustained the fatal wound. The knight knows there is no hope here. His king will die soon. He calls desperately to his king, or perhaps the knight truly believes that his king is immortal. So long as they have the guidance of the sacred sword, the king will never perish. With labored breathing, the knight crosses the mountain of corpses and heads into a forest that has not yet been stained with blood. He knows of his king's immortality, so he believes that if he only escapes this cursed battlefield and lead the king somewhere pure, the king's wounds would heal. Or rather, he hopes. Unlike the other knights, he always believed in his king. The king had always been isolated at court, shunned by the other knights, feared by the people. But this knight was proud of the young king. who never revealed any personal feelings, no matter the situation, and always remained idealistic. The knight did not serve the country, and that is why he entrusted his sword to his king, strove to aid the king, rose to his position of the king's personal guard despite his young age. The king, whose true face can never be seen, the boy tried to fair and selflessness, and did not allow his personal feelings to interfere with his duties. Rather, he hoped that if he could someday get close enough, he could see the king's real face. That is the greatest desire. He wants so much to see his king's true face. Hydrate. We're almost there, guys. I think we're almost there. So again, I'm going to get to your comments in just a moment. Just trying to push this through, and then we'll end it off, comment, chat, and then that's it. Not to stir the contents of the king's bore on the battlefield, but the king's true face, a smiling and laughing human face. The moment would surely come in court when the king is revealed of all of the duties. Even the most perfect king cannot be on the edge at all times. The knight was proven wrong, though. While he learned defied his expectations, he reached the rank of Imperial Guard and stood guard at the king's side. He guarded the king more closely than any other knight and always observed the king's behavior. Okay, well, now I'm kind of confused because I don't think that's actually the story, but all right, whatever. But the moment he wished for never came. His king never smiled. Why does that make him so angry? The king should radiate glory, having achieved such success. But never once did the king seem to be at ease, for even in that moment, he couldn't stand it. He wanted to believe that shouldn't happen, and so he wished for the king to be rewarded with light. That has yet to be accomplished. The king still remains solitary, and so the knight refuses to accept his king's death. It can't end here. If it does, the great king will never be rewarded. Look at that, Shiro. Someone wanted... Yeah, buddy. So, okay, so he is here. He is here. Someone did believe in all the good things that she did and wanted to see her be rewarded. Shiro would be happy. Shiro would be happy. Your Majesty, please stay here. I will summon reinforcements right away. What reinforcements? No one's left alive. Once they reach the forest, the knight leans his king's body against a large tree. It's a race against time. Even riding hard on horseback, it will take half a day to bring back the troops they left at the harbor. Any who sees the king now would know that the king will not last until dawn. But he wants to believe. The knight bows to his half-conscious king and returns on his white steed. Yeah, 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬, the goat, baby, the goat. Now, to be fair, in the actual lore of 𝑴𝑶𝑹𝑬, he's supposed to be like basically a low-rung knight, like no real good fables. So him rising to the rank of Imperial officer, I think we're kind of stretching that, but sure. Before he can leave, the king he thought unconscious calls out to him. Gave him one last hope. So this saber should have Shiro's mind and everything after everything. You know, the journey, the love, the passion. So when she sees this, it really means a lot to her. It really does. The king's voice is faint, but there is warmth in it. The knight's voice is imploring. The king's life is in the balance of the tip of a blade. The darkness will surely take his king if the knight does not respond. A faint gasp. The knight's words must have been unexpected.
何かご無礼な点でも。
いや、そなたの言い分に驚いた。夢とは目を覚ました後でも見れるものなのか。違う夢ではなく、目をつむれば
Now,
また同じものが現れると。
not done yet. Now it's the knight's turn to be surprised. For a moment he is lost for words. At length he responds, although he knows there's no truth to what he says.
強く思えば、同じ夢を見続けることもできるでしょう。私にも経験があります。
A dream is a fleeting thing. Nothing's not something to return to, and some dreams can come back again. Even so, the knight lies to the king. It is the first and last time he will do such a thing.
そうか。そなたは博識だな。ベリビエール。
The king's soft voice is admirable. The king's head remains tilted and not looking up at the knight. The king breathes so softly that he can barely be audible.
ベリビエール。我が命権を持て。
The knight receives the king's final order.
よいか。この森を抜け、あの血塗られた丘を越えるのだ。
おお、それは。
The knight knows what this means. The sword in the lake. To relinquish that sword that had protected the king and served as proof of the kingship, you would mean to end of his own king.
行くのだ。ことを成し得たのならばここに戻り、そなたが見たことを伝えてほしい。
The king does not take back orders. The knight takes the sacred sword and goes over the hill, in his indecision weighing heavily on him. And so, 3 times, the knight hesitates to follow the king's command. The lake looms in front of him, but he can't throw the sacred sword away. Doing so seems his kings will disappear. The knight's unwillingness to part with his king stays in his hand, so he returns to his king. Once again, the king orders him to throw the sword into the lake. When the knight lies and claims that he threw it away, the sword into the lake, and as ordered, his king simply replies with, "Do as I command you." To defy the king's order is a great sin for a knight, but he has hardly done so twice. Each time he stands before the lake, he hesitates as though the loss of his king. No more. When the knight realizes he can't alter his king's decision, on the 3rd visit, he hurled the sword into the lake. The sacred sword returns to the lake. A white hand emerges from the water, catches the blade. The sacred sword vanishes from this world. The knight finally accepts this. The end of his king. The responsibilities that had so long burdened the king finally come to an end. By the 3rd time he crosses the hill, the first ray of the morning light touches the forest. Run to the battlefield, now distant. There is no trace of the bloody battle, only a thin haze that covers the hill.
湖に剣を投げ入れてまいりました。剣は湖の夫人の手に。確かに。
そうか。ならば胸を張るがよい。そなたは。
Stand proud.
そなたの王の命を。
You are loyal. The knight gives a silent nod to the voice, knowing that the speaker is on the brink of death. It's all over. Turmoil will continue to grip this nation. The wars will not end. The day of ruin will come soon. But the king's battle is over, because he, or rather, she, fulfilled her role to the very end. Rest easy, Saber. Rest easy. The light fades with everything done. The last strength that kept her going is spent.
すまないな。ベ
She closes her eyes slowly as if going to sleep. The morning light spills through the treetops. As the king drifts into her eternal rest, a hush falls over the forest. The knight continues his vigil over the fallen king. The king he wished for, the solitary king, attended by only a single knight. And he finally sees the look he had hoped for on his king's face, a peaceful sleep. In her last moment, the king finally finds peace that had so long eluded her. The knight is overjoyed. The knight thanks whoever gave his king such comfort and watched the king with a sense of pride. The heavens are distant, and the clear sky is blue. The battle is truly over. Bro, is that Merlin? Oh, Merlin! You mother effer. Yo. Be proud of her, okay? She went through a lot of shit that you didn't have to necessarily give her, but you still did. Be proud of her. His words ride the winds. The sleeping king appears to sink into the endless blue. A distant dream takes her. The battle is over. Let's put our swords down and rest in the momentary of peace. After dozing in the warm dream, a new day will dawn. The days continue, and we're still following the same star we once saw. Oh, bro, it's over. It's actually over. It's actually over. There's some issues with this route, for sure. I will not deny that. I think some things could have been done better. But, bro, I gotta be honest with you guys. I think this is the best route. I think this is the best route. Shiro's development. Saber's insight into her existence and character. Rin and her dynamic that isn't seen as a lover, but more so than what we got from Heaven's Feel, at least the movie adaptation that I've seen. Expanding upon Shinji's role. Gilgamesh having some slight interesting stuff, but at the end of the day, mongrel that he is always spouting on about. Berserker going ham. We actually get to hear Berserker's voice. That's great. That's fucking great. And then the final message between Saber and Shiro, who had learned his father's truth in here, I think is a very awesome and beautiful thing here. I think it's a very wholesome story that has somberness to it, but at the end of the day, an expectation of you must keep going forward because brighter days are on the horizon. That's very great. That's very great. Yeah, man, I think this is the best route. I'll go through the other two routes one day, but I think this is truly the best route from what I've seen. No one's gonna take that from me. Wow, man, wow. Wow. Fiend. We did it. We did it. Lads and ladies and everything in between, we did it. We're finally here. Oh, my goodness. All right, I got to read some comments before we end this because you guys deserve to have your voices heard. A new route has been unlocked, brother. Saber's ending. We did it. 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 Until the very end, we actually didn't die that lot, so that was great. That was great. Ending list. Let me see. Yeah, so we have Saber's ending, I assume there's a unlimited blade work, Heaven's Feel. There's wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. All right, I don't know what how many of those are, but all right. All right. Let me read your guys' comments before we end this. This crazy ride of ours. Okay. Where do I leave off? No. A knife of the heart. Thank you, Rand. Bringing the family. Yeah. Saber technically still is alive, so if someone tried to summon Saber, the one who would come willingly Saber, who loved Shiro, she will have all these memories and compared to the other servants. At the very end here, I don't think so. The idea that we were told of initially was that even if she wins or loses, she was going to become a servant, no matter what. But this time, because she broke the Holy Grail of her own volition, not because Kiritsugu told her to, that somehow changes the contract. Therefore, she's going to die. Like, she's genuinely gone now. So in this route, I don't think from the ending it's implied that she can be a servant or a heroic spirit. I don't believe so. In FGO, Saber never actually comes to serve Ritsuku to save humanity in the storyline. Kind of poetic, actually. I think you're right. It's been a while, but I think you're right. I have Saber in my account. I actually need to dive deeper into their dialogue and see what's up with that. Only Shiro is her true master. That's nice. I do agree. That is really sweet. Her grandpa is a gang. Yeah, he is a mafia. Yeah, I see you're talking about Taiga. Her grandpa is a gang leader. He also has connections with Kiritsugu, the time of the mage killer. Like Kiritsugu, he don't want Taiga to be involved in the realm of mages. Oh, right. I do remember something a little bit like that in Zero. There also is a true ending, but you need to get all the endings in all the routes. I have to get all the Jesus Christ. Wait. So that includes all the bad endings. I have to get all the bad endings from the Fate route. Then I have to get all the endings, including the main ending from Unlimited Blade Work, Heaven's Feel, wherever the fuck this is. Then I get the true ending? Oh my god. I don't got time for that. Not right now, at least. We'll definitely play through Unlimited Blade Work. We'll play through Heaven's Field. But I'm probably never going to get, the true ending. I'll probably have to watch something online about, what's the true ending, quote-unquote, for Fate Stay Night. I am definitely not doing that. No, thank you. One-time uses, that's fine. I am not going back that far. Oh, what's going on, Ario? I didn't mean to ignore you if you were commenting earlier. Just trying to get that ending done so we can finally say we finished fucking the Fate route. It's the same voice actor as Kyojiro in an early release. It's with Issei's voice actor. Oh. Really? I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. That's cool. Mike. Quinn, welcome to the stream as well. I am the bone of my sword. So does that mean Prelata would have been able to summon her in Strange Fake? I don't know who that is. I have not seen Strange Fake, so maybe? We're going to watch Strange Fake once it comes out. We watched episode 0, the setup. I have not seen Strange Fake. So, whoever that is, whether it ties to Saber, we'll see. There is a YouTube video on the true ending. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a video. But I guess this does then sets up our good pivot. So now that we're done this, I'm gonna put up a poll for you guys on the channel, and it's also gonna be on my Twitter. what game that we're going to play that's going to be like our main focus for you guys to decide. We're going to do one main series that we'll play through, and then the other times we're gamers is going to be for fun, and then whatever I'm feeling. Because it's Halloween, or like the spook month, I wanted to do the month full of spook-themed games, but at this point, it's like, I only got like a couple weeks left. So I'm just going to play probably one game. But going into the future, outside of that stuff, we are going to play more Fate games. Like the Fate Samurai Remnant, we're doing that. That's probably going to be the first official Fate game that we are going to play post this. After that, who knows? Like, we might do Fate Hollow after that. We then might go back and play the Fate Extra games. We might come back eventually to do the... I think I'm probably going to save Unlimited Blade Work last. I might come back and do Heaven's Feel. I might do Heaven's Feel and then Unlimited Blade Work. Yeah. But that's going to be our kind of game plan when it comes to playing the Fate games and their information there. I do kind of want to play FGO on stream with you guys because I'm not done all the Lost Belts, so it's like we can kind of go through that together. Kind of be neat. But yeah, that's how I'm kind of envisioning playing more Fate stuff going forward in the future on the channel. And of course, again, we are going to be watching the Strange Fake show when it comes out in, I think, January. Outside of that, we are going to be watching that movie, The Oath Under Snow, because it has another version of Shiro that goes through some interesting developments. So we'll watch that, and then I was told to watch season 2 of Ilya's show, the Magical Girl thing, right after that, because that apparently has more ties than season 1 does. I guess so. And then I said I would watch probably the Waiver show. I said I would watch Waiver show. So basically what I'm saying, if you think that we're ending Fate on the channel, no. We have a lot more Fate content that will be coming to the channel. So absolutely stay tuned for that. We'll make an announcement for it. My Excalibur is not going away. It's not going away. Can't wait. I hope you can. But yeah, again, I think this is, to me, let me back out. To me, this is, I think, the best ending. I think this truly, or not the best ending, this is the best route. Like, I can go through these two other routes, and I'm sure I'm going to learn more information that was in their adaptation. Nah. People will say it's too simple. I think people don't understand. Sometimes simplicity is key. And the vibes that you get with Shiro and Saber's journey, great. And again, we gave Shinji shit to do. Like, that's a big fucking feat in these goddamn things. And I like Rin more as, like, a side friend than a potential lover candidate. And Sakura's just too depressing, man. She's too depressing. There's some pretty gnarly plot points in here. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I had to rank them, it's going to probably be the Fate route, then Heaven's Feel, then Unlimited Blade Work. I'm sorry, man. I just don't vibe with Unlimited Blade Work. This is my shit. This is interesting and sad. This is all right, but it's just not for me, man. There's just, the stories are just not what I think should be the development of Shiro. This is. To me, this is great. Outside of, like, the ending of, oh yeah, by the way, Shinji's gone and we don't know where he is. Sakura's like, oh, and then Ilya's like, don't worry about it. Okay, even though she's like the one that kills Shinji in this version. Also, Ilya's just living here now. Because yeah, why not? Why not? And some of the negatives I would definitely say would be like, Ilya doesn't really get too much character development that much post being evil. Sakura, again, is pretty much worthless in this fucking route. It's really just for her route and her route alone. At least Ren gets, like, stuff in all three routes. can't say that about Sakura. Yeah. Yeah, so there was some meh stuff about this route too, but I just think this is the best route. I'm sorry. I hated Elia. Oaf under the snow was great though. We'll see. I heard that it is an interesting, different ultimate reality compared to like the main 3 versions. And again, we'll play Hollow Extra too, because that's, from what I've seen and heard, it's kind of like the 4th route, like the 4th hidden route. Somehow there's another route. So we'll definitely play that on stream and see what's what. Sakura needed a hero, not a lover. Yeah. That was the main point. Like, the idea of Heaven's Feel is that to be a hero, you have to save people rather than help people. And that was kind of brought up in this Fate route, where it's like there's a difference between saving someone and helping someone. And I think that's actualized more in the Heaven's Field, where it's like you can save her, but you can't help her, which is, the decision you have to make. Yeah. Let's see. I felt weird about Sakura X Shiro. I don't know if I misunderstood it, but to me, it felt more like a pity relationship. It definitely was. I mean, fucking Medusa said, like, hey, like, listen, make her happy. Ryder said, make her happy. And you can tell during the magic, fucking magic circuit, transfer over there, it was, not really the best for him. It really wasn't. Ultimately, Bladework, Shinji survived. Really hope he dies in the route, actually. Yeah. In the anime, there includes Sakura endings where Caster took Sakura. In the anime, there includes Sakura ending where Caster took Sakura. Oh, in the Fates anime? Okay. Because I don't remember that in Unlimited Blade Work or Heaven's Feel, but okay. It's definitely a plate relationship. 100%. 100%. Here, it's a bittersweet relationship, but at the end of the day, it's true. I think if you had to argue who genuinely had the most true feelings for Emiya, it's Saber. It's a sad thing that it will never be fully actualized because they, know that it will never go anywhere. But things aren't beautiful because they last. They're beautiful because they existed. You'll remember them in some way, shape, or form, like he says at the end, but they will be gone eventually. But it's because you got to have them in the first place. That's what makes it great. And I think just the overall vibe of what Saber and Shiro were about is way better than Saber, Emiya and Rin, and way more uplifting than Sakura and Emiya. I don't know. That's just how I see it. Oh yeah, the Dean. Yeah, okay, the Dean one. Yeah, I don't know. Do I want to watch this shit? I know it's crap. There's like no value in it. There's like little to like no value apparently in this anime because it was that terrible of an adaptation. No. I don't know. If we do this, it's going to be like, yo, we're just going to be fucking watching just because I just want to laugh at this shit. And I think because it doesn't have a good adaptation, I do think that also adds into the fire of why people just don't bring up the Fate route at all when talking about the other ones. Because, yeah, it doesn't have the fucking espas of Ufotable, but at the same time, it's just not a faithful adaptation. It's just not, from what I've heard. It doesn't have a clean animation fighting spectacular of these two, especially Heaven's Feel, and it just doesn't probably follow the continuity. So of course that it hits harder for people to actually care about this route compared to the other two, which is a shame. You're undermining, I argue, the best route because of that. So, one day I want to believe that it will get an anime adaptation. One day. Maybe Ufotable is going to be like, yo, we're running out of Fate things. What do we need? Ooh, let's do one. Let's do the Fate route. Let's do the Fate route. Let's do the Fate route. Yeah, let's just do it. We literally got nothing else to lose. Just watched the true ending now. It's a continuation of Saber's route. All right, I might do that off screen. Because right now it's late as hell. But I will definitely do that, Alfie. I will definitely do that. I started with Dean. It helped me with context first. The rest, though, is not good. Sounds about right. But, yeah. All right, so I'm going to be heading out for the night. Thank you guys for showing up. The next time we do Fate, whenever that's going to be. No. Spelling, please. Is going to be Samurai Remnant. We're doing Samurai Remnant. So stay tuned, because we're doing more Fate stuff. But most likely, the first thing that we will be doing that's new is this. I am very curious on how this is. It looks good. From what I've little seen about it. So I want to play it. Want to know what's the context. How does this line in the greater timeline of Fate? Because, good lord, does Fate have too much of a timeline now? Fate just has too much of a fucking time axis thing right here. Yeah, this shit. It's got too much. It's got way too much. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. Next time, whenever we do it, Fate Samurai Remnant. Be ready. And then when Strange Fate comes out in the new year, so January onwards when it should be coming out, we're going to watch it. And then by that point, we'll probably get to Oath Under Snow. At least. And we'll get to some stuff in the future, too. All right. I got to head out, guys. Thank you for coming to the stream. We fucking finally did it. We finished the Fate route. We did it. It was beautiful. I loved it. And, yeah. It restored my faith a little bit in Natsu's Fate universe, his greater Natsu-verse. It gave me a little bit more redeeming quality. No, wait. It's not all just jargon of huge lore dumping and nonsensical characters. No, wait. No, it's actually pretty good. The Fate route redeemed that. It redeemed that in my eyes. So I appreciate that even more. Okay, I gotta head out. There's going to be no stream tomorrow, but if you saw the schedule, which is posted on the channel, woohoo, or on my Twitter, we will be trying to do some gamings probably early Wednesday. Thursday is going to be JoJo's and The Greatest Estate. Then on Friday, we're going to hit to Bug Ego and then Burn the Witch. Saturday is going to be anime, so we're going to go back to that. And then Sunday, of course, Each of the Witch and JJK. Cool? Guys, thank you for coming out. Remember, like the stream, comment, because YouTube will eat that up. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Whether you're here now and you haven't done it, or VOD gang. Talking to you. I see you. I'll remember you as long as I live. Whether or not it's in here, you'll be in here. Especially if you subscribe to the channel. All right. I'm going. I'm going to fucking pass out. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. Thank you again, guys. until the next Fate stream or whatever stream you're coming for, I hope you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Have a good day, a good night, a good evening, wherever you may be. See ya.